Sure.
Yes, you do. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. Uh,
Oh,
you've you've joined us for rounds 23 and 24 of the TCR Challenge Cup, also known as the season finale. I'm Pete Bingchillin. I have to call myself that now that Spencer's back in the league. And in the booth with me this evening is Sir Alan of Toon. Good evening, Sir Alan.
good evening, Peter, my friend. Good evening out there in listener land, or is it watching land? Which land is it exactly?
I think we'll go with both, because
Oh,
you could technically listen to it if you wished.
I
Um,
suppose.
yeah. So,
You've been missing a lot though, Pete,
well,
because we're here
yes,
at the glorious Red Bull.
yes, and 12 weeks of racing have culminated in us getting to this point because this is the season finale. These two races tonight will determine, if it's not already been determined, the champions of the various different trophies that we have on offer here for the BSTV TCR Challenge Cup. We've got 21 valiant duelists. They're not duelists. I was thinking of a better word. Protagonists on track tonight. So the league is nice and healthy. We are very much anticipating the start of season 15. We'll get onto that in a little while. You saw the intro video just before. But we are looking towards this pair of races because Sam Blees, top of the charts, has got the chance to walk away with the silverware, Alan, here at Red Bull Ring. What's your thoughts on this track?
Oh, oh, you got to wake me up, Pete. Goodness me. Give me a
Yes.
push. That's it. Oh, there. Thank you. I mean, yeah, well, I like it here because it's nice and wide and doesn't make me crash.
Oh, excellent. It is a bit of off-track central, though, isn't it? It's easy
It
to pick
is.
up
And
in
now
stunts.
I've got to say, I've had a whisper in my ear that there's quite a few off tracks flying around. Now, these
Ah.
boys, they shouldn't be naughty. Just keep it inside the white lines. I don't know what the problem is with these chaps, honestly. Keep
Uh,
it inside the white lines.
yes, let's do that. So, we've got an 18-degree track at the minute, but it's very early in the morning. So
Oh,
it's going to have lots and lots of grip for these races. We'll just put it onto a different screen setup. Excuse me. Wobbly is with us. I didn't think he was racing tonight, but he likes to surprise us, doesn't he? And he's just proving how awkward pit lane entry is as we watch. So that's
wacky, yes. He was making a meal of that, wasn't he, Pete?
he did seem to be. We'll assume that he's treating that as a last minute attempt to get into pit road. But let's see who else is around before we get into the standings. Big Mig is here. There's not a lot of people on track at the minute for some reason. They've still got 7 minutes to go of this practice session. David Corpus is on track. He's new as of last week from Lurchus Academy. Arnaud Chenonnier, a veteran of this league for Air Smart Racing 2, sister team mate and previous champion Chris Needham, also on track. You'll notice the banner difference between the two of them. So Chris Needham there with the yellow banner, yellow number side plates on his doors indicates a previous champion to our leagues. He was a champion in GT4 when this league was GT4 TCR. And you'll see once the camera spins around on Arnaud that he has a white. Someone's just wrecked their car in the foreground there. That was hilarious. I just saw a wheel bouncing up in the air. He has a white windscreen banner and white side plates on his car. But that's all going to change for season 15, Alan, because we're going pro and am for season 15.
Yeah, really exciting. Honestly, Pete, I think it's an exciting adventure. I do hope it works out, but you won't know until you try. And it certainly works in other leagues, in my experience, having a pro and am division.
Yeah.
It gives the people at my end of things really something to race at and for, and makes yeah. I think it'll have a ripple right through the whole league, and I hope it does.
And that's interesting. Miguel taking a pit stop as well. This must be a very difficult pit lane to navigate in this car.
It looks wicked, doesn't it?
It
When you
does.
see it from here, that it does. Yeah, challenging, and it's very important that we've seen time and again how important the pit stops here are. They can be real game changers. So
Yeah, definitely. definitely. Right, let's have a look at where everybody's at in the league, shall we? Because that's why we've turned up today, really. Let me see if I can figure this out. I used to know how to do this. Right, that's not the one, that's the one. So, Samblees is, I mean, you could describe it as running away with it, because Jamie Jeffrey is 150 points behind him. But, as we know, in this league, anything can happen. Jamie Jeffrey on 1,074 points is being hunted down by Jason Landry on 1,047 points. I've got to wash my eyeballs to make sure I've got the numbers the right way around with those two. But that, I mean, second is very much up for grabs. First is a stretch, but it could happen. It would just take a minor miracle, given the fact
Sam
that
would have to have a really bad evening for that to happen, I presume.
he would. He'd have to have a couple of drive-throughs, max out his incident points, all sorts of negative influences.
But Jamie's at risk from Jason.
Yes, very much so. And Jason, had he not changed cars at the point in the season that he did, he would have been pretty much on the same points as Sam Blees, because he was penalised 200 points for changing cars. Miguel Freitas in fourth is not far behind both of those two, so second place could go to anybody at the moment, really, of Jamie, Jason and Miguel. And then Carl Hardy rounds out the top five on 961 points. And then we've got Jamie Wilson, JB Dejoux, Mark Draper, David Johansen, who's not raced with us for a few weeks now. And Fiona is in 10th, Alan.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great to see Fee there in 10th. The top 10 position would be a very, very pleasing place for her, and she'll be delighted with that. I hope that's how it finishes, I really do.
Yeah,
but this is, you know, it's been a fantastic season, Pete, and these people have, every one of them's earned the place, their names on that chart.
Yes.
It's been a lot of hard competitive racing to get on there, and well done to everybody.
And then team standings. We have already a head and shoulders runaway winner in the form of Impulse Racing. Miguel and Jason have done a fantastic job of putting that team right up at the top there. Completely dominated the league cup, as it were, this time for the teams. And Hydra Race Geodesic Racing in second, with Safeguard by result in third, which is a great result for Safeguard.
It's probably our best, isn't it, ever, Safeguard? You think?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty outstanding, to be honest. Very
Impulse
consistent.
Has been majestic, haven't they? You know, and
Yeah.
Hydra Race, well, that was wasn't that just Sam?
It is just no, it was Sam and Matt Flannery. So
Oh, right, yes. So yeah, so I think Impulse were an immovable force this season, but Hydra Race have done well, I think, to actually still be in the same calendar. But I'm delighted to see Safeguard on the podium there.
Yeah, and then
And not Coupe's in the podium. That is Jamie, isn't it?
that's just Jamie Jeffrey. Yeah,
that's fantastic, isn't it?
I know. And fifth is Team Chimera, which is just Jamie Wilson.
Just Jamie Wilson.
Yeah. So
yeah, magnificent by those two.
it really is. Absolutely fantastic performances. And then driver of the meeting, a coveted trophy. Unless someone's changed maths in the last however long, Jamie Jeffrey is our winner already of the driver of the meeting, unless two other people are going to join us in the booth tonight. He's got 6 points. David Johansen has got 3, so that second place is up for grabs, because Jason Landry, Carl Hardy and Jamie Wilson all have 2. So a sterling result here could get a second place whipped away from David Johansen.
Well, to be honest, you know, they're all in with a good chat, aren't they? They're all people who've got 2 already.
Oh,
so
definitely.
we know that they're in the window for picking the one up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it just shows you that David, we haven't seen him for a few weeks, but we missed him because, you know, he got 3. It just shows you what an outstanding start he had to the season. And,
Oh, yeah.
I do wish he'd come back.
Very fast driver, very, very talented. Really nice livery on the car for that team as well.
Yeah.
SRG, I think. Anyway, so Alan's Safe Driver Award. You've got to treat these scores, folks, with a little bit of a light brush, because drivers have to have done 9 races in order to qualify for this. The first driver on that screen there that has 9 races under his belt is, yet again, Jamie Jeffrey. Currently the safest driver that qualifies in this league, Alan. He has ticked virtually every box this season.
Astonishing. No, this is, I mean, talk about a purple season for Jamie. You can't take it away from the lad. It's been outstanding, hasn't he? His driving's been wonderful, because, you know, he really caught our eye last season, but this season he really found his feet, goodness me. And outstanding driving. He's had a lot of compliments from the other drivers on the grid, and that says everything.
It really does, yeah. A couple of them have said that they would give him the driver of the meeting vote if they had a vote. And you don't often get that in leagues. This one's a bit exceptional, this league, where they will call things like that out. Second in this, and not that far behind, is Jason Landry. And then we've got Chris Needham, Tony Walker, and then I think Austin Knight just about qualifies in 10th. So there is some attention that Jamie Jeffrey needs to pay to the people behind him, but he's looking like resplendent in that position, to be honest. Right then,
it would surprise me if he doesn't clean up across the board tonight the way he's going.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished yet, has he?
No, he hasn't. It's looking to be very, very healthy for him either way. So what we're going to do now is just update you all on a few developments for season 15 whilst we watch this quite significant grid going through. They're in qualifying now, by the way, just to point that out. There's 15 minutes. They only have 15 minutes. This session will chin them off very, very quickly at the end of this. Don't know which setting I've got up there, which shows on the right-hand side, so we're going to have to figure that out in a minute. But anyway, season 15 brings us an actual trophy, Alan.
Really?
Really, yeah. It's a stunning creation. Made of, as I wrote in one of the chats, cut glass crystal, which is also known as epoxy resin, and marble, which is also known as plastic. It is by no means the most expensive thing in the world, but it will be a season 15 individual trophy for a lucky winner to win. So that should be an attractive prospect for whoever really brings it up. I think I might have a wrong paint on whoever that is in front of these two. Is that David? No, it's not, is it? It's going to be Thomas. Might have... Oh no, that might be right. That might be right. Oh, sorry, I'm being silly. That's Tom at Minor. What else have we got? We've got Pro and Am, we've already said that. We will have achievement certificates for all the other things, including your driver of your safe driver award and driver of the meeting award, which is going to be another interesting aspect to it. No prizes on offer in this league. We never offer prizes that are of any kind of material or value. We're here just to enjoy the racing, aren't we, Alan?
We certainly do, though, Pete.
Yes,
and,
we do.
You know, we're rewarded with some of the finest racing you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah. By a long, long way, actually. These are some of the fastest drivers in the world, and certainly the fastest drivers at the top of the official charts for TCR. So, yeah, you know, we said it before, those impulse drivers, let's find one on track. Where's Jason Landry. Jason Landry and his partner, Miguel Freitas, along with Sam Blees and Spencer and a whole bunch of others in here, including Jamie Jeffrey, who's featured right at the top of the standings regularly, getting himself podiums. They are some of the best drivers I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure what your opinion is, Alan.
I think it's more than that as well. You know, Pete, not only do we have an incredible level of skill, we've got a lot of class.
Yeah.
In these drivers, There's a lot of integrity and a lot of gentlemanly conduct goes on in this league, and that's, you know, to me, that's at least half of this league, because we know they're all fast and very capable, but there's an extra special bit of sparkle that I find with these guys. There's some respect and a mutual admiration.
Yes, I think that's a good way to describe it, actually. We did have an influx of new drivers last week who became interested in the league through other media posts. Lurch's Academy, which David Corpus is in the livery of, they've come with 4 drivers to the league. Always an interesting proposition when groups of drivers join one of our leagues, but I have to say, and I have to salute them all, they fit in extraordinarily well in terms of their sportsmanship, which is what you've just described, and the way that they approach the social side of this league. They've been very involved in the chats. They are Iberians, it's a Portuguese, Spanish contingent that have joined us, and they are absolutely lovely blokes, and I think they fit in beautifully well, Alan.
Well, they certainly do on the track, Pete. You know, it's like you say, it was a massive influx last week, and we didn't know what to expect. But crikey, within a lap, you would never know them not been there all the time, would you? You know, it was just a hand in a glove, and yeah, sweet as a nut. Very good drivers, just got the bang on the pace of the field, you know, and just slips right in there, and yeah. Lovely, actually, just really lovely. It's been lovely getting new drivers, and the whole experience has been really positive. Very, very nice indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Draper is back with us. He was he missing last time? I think he was missing, wasn't he? Maybe I've got that wrong. Or
No. He had a good drive last week.
He did. Sorry, yes, yeah. I think it was the week before that he was missing with us. Roger Morton was back with us as well, so great to have Roger back in.
Roger's
he had a good week, didn't he?
2 weeks on the trot. We've had him, if you remember, getting at the front in the feature race, and
that was sensational last week. That was
yeah,
great.
absolutely. So these guys have really been pulling it out. You know, we're used to the familiar names at the top being really quick and skillful and impressing the hell out of us, and yeah, they do all the time. But we've been getting all kinds of people popping up from the main body of the field, and really giving us a lot to admire. And yeah, Roger's been one of those stories this season.
He really has. I think he's a fantastic bloke, and the things he does for you outside of sim racing are wonderful as well. Thomas Minot too. He was another one that was new last time. Very, very capable driver. He proved it many times, and one of the drivers that have selected the Audi. Not a desirable proposition for a lot of the TCR drivers over the last couple of seasons, to be honest. But it's gaining momentum. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they are picking it up, and there's 5 Audis in the field today, and I think next season there's more. The car that's been in a bit of a decline lately is actually the Civic, the Honda, driven here by Alejandro Silva Carrera. Again, another Lurchus driver, and he'll be in his full livery for next season, season 15, along with Wobbly and Miguel. So when it's in decent hands, which it is with these 3, it gets decent positions, Alan. It's right up at the pointy end, and
it's a bit track specific, I think, Pete, isn't it? I think you know it's had a problem with running out of top end a bit in some tracks. Spa. I don't think it would do that here.
No, I think it's going to be good here. I think it's going to be agile, nimble, and not top out. You can see one of the Audis in the background there.
Yeah. And the people that are driving it are very good, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, all 3 of the cars that are, all 3 of the drivers in the Honda are exceptional, that we have at the moment. So on board with Wobbly in the Honda, and fastest driver so far on a provisional pole of a 1:39.348. Heading over the top of the mountain, as it were, and then you've got a series of twisty turns, I'll call them, as we head back down the mountain here at Red Bull Ring. I'll try and remember what the corner names are, but me being me, you might get a different selection of names depending on when you're talking to me. So yeah, let's make our way with Wobbly down through the last few corners of the track, and then we'll do a full racing lap with him. Heading here towards, let me think, this is Rinse, I think it is.
Oh, Jochen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, are you in your home tomorrow? I don't mean home as in a convalescent home. I mean your house. Are you at home tomorrow?
No real anywhere else, Peter.
Oh, excellent. Then you won't miss the bottle of whiskey that I've sent to your house.
Oh, by Jove, I won't.
No, I think Wobbly knows that I'm watching, which is why he's cruising to a standstill now.
Let's see, I saw
Who's that that's just gone scooting through? That was Sam Blees. So Sam Blees into turn one, it's a fast corner. Don't get too much on the bumpy bits because it'll spit you out. He's already got a 1X, so he's abandoned the lap. So who is it that's going to pass him?
Miguel's
It's
already got
Miguel.
the purple.
He has. So Big Mig sails around the outside of Sam Blees and heads up the hill here into the very, very sharp and vicious turn 2 or 3, I don't know. It's called Remus. And then we head up and over the top of the mountain, which is where we joined Wobbly on the previous lap. And this next right-hander is called Roach, or something like that. Brake at the 100 mark. Don't brake too hard. It's easy to lock up, and the car will switch ends. Get a bit of curve there because it doesn't really affect the car whatsoever. And then cruise it round this long, everlasting right-hander. Get really far to the right-hand side to turn in here for Pirelli, which is turn 6. Head down the hill here towards Worth. Worth being the fasteners supplier, I think. And then scooting through turn 8, which is that little right-hander that we've just been through. Down here, underneath that sign, into Rint, which is where we mentioned before. This is a very fast right-hand turn in 4th gear. Hold your revs. You can have a lot of liberty here with the curves, but you will pick up 1Xs if you go too wide around Red Bull Mobile corner, and then up and over the start-finish straight once again for turn 1, which is the Castrol Edge corner.
Important.
Very.
Straight, that's the entry to the straight and the exit from the straight, absolutely critical.
Ooh, and then Miguel gets himself a 1X there, going over the yellow sausage curb. The sausage curbs are lethal round here, aren't they?
They are nasty curbs, and that corner tries to throw you out there, doesn't it, every time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really
You've
does.
really got to pin it, because you're going up that hill. If you don't pin that entry onto the hill, then it's painful going up the hill, because the gap just grows like nobody's business.
It's very rapid. I mean, you're going uphill, so your acceleration is retarded. Your ability to catch the car in front is gone completely. Sam Blees getting a bit too close to Miguel, you would argue, because he's not got any extra tarmac to go at. With Miguel on provisional pole still. Other drivers with us, Jesus Amondare. I'll never get that name right unless he comes in and corrects me, so let's see what happens. He is another Lurchus sim racing driver.
A new name to me, Pete. Never heard of them as a team.
No, I haven't either. I think it's a very well-established team by the looks of things, but
Certainly got good drivers.
Very, yeah. Not going to argue with that. Very, very capable drivers. That David Corpus, wherever he is, this one, he's exceptionally quick. A very standout talent in that team. I'm just trying to see. Carl Hardy is here. No, flashing lights. He knows how illegal that is. Pulled over to the right-hand side. Aiko Leiku, he's another Lurchus Academy driver, or Lurchus Sim Racing driver.
He impressed us last week, didn't he?
He did. He was very good. Yeah. All these guys scheduled to be with us in season 15. We don't know the tracks, and we know the dates obviously because it aligns to the Wednesdays of all the weeks that the officials run for. But we don't know the actual tracks yet because they've not offered up the season schedule yet for iRacing season 15, as it will be for us. Who else is here? Fiona is on track as well. That's a very wide line fee. She's pulling up because we're getting to the end of this session now. What else can I tell you about season 15? There will be obviously Pro-Am, a trophy, certificates. It'll be a very healthy league, as in good numbers, and not everybody's finished signing up yet, so the numbers are still growing. I think we've got 23 drivers already, and quite a number of teams. It's showing to be very, very good as we trip straight into Heat 1. So I'll get through this this grid quite quickly. This is a 20-minute race, 35% fuel, don't need a pit stop, and they will be led away by Sam Blees, who may well be, barring any other incidents, I should say, our champion for this season, and wrestle that away from Miguel. So Sam Blees will lead us away for Hydro Race, Geodesic Racing. Miguel Freitas will go off second for Impulse Racing. Wobbly will go off third for BSTV Esports Pink. Jason Landry off fourth for Impulse Racing. Jamie Jeffrey off fifth for Coupes and Convertibles. Carl Hardy sixth. That's very good qualifying. Seventh will be Mark Draper for SRL. Chris Neal will go off eighth for Air Smart Racing. JB will go off ninth for BSTV Blue. 10th will be Tony Walker. 11th will be David Corpus for Lurch's Academy. Roger Morton will be 12th. I've forgotten which button I need to press. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. 13th will be Ike Leku for one of the Lurch's teams. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off 14th. 15th will be Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Jesus Amandare will go off 16th for Lurch's Sim Racing. Alejandro Silva will go off 17th, his teammate. Thomas Minor will go off 18th. 19th will be Jason Haddington, also known as Kylie, for Air Smart Racing 2. Pete Van Gool will go off 20th. 21st will be Fiona. 22nd will be Andrew Littler, and I need to choose a better camera very, very quickly because we are going to race.
Ooh, crikey. Colours just got up there. Straight off, no messing.
Yeah, I think it was Roger in the backfield there that didn't get away very quickly, and it's a crowded house here at turn 1.
It always is, isn't it? Dangerous corner, and phew.
Look at that! What a spectacle!
I know. Took my breath away.
Carl Hardy, you legend. Up 2 places from the start. He's got Jamie Jeffrey and Jason Landry behind him.
Yeah, coasted a lot of laps around here.
Yeah, he's been lifted out of turn 3 there.
Very confident on the course, and
yeah.
but he had a good, I say, great qualifying. Him and Jamie again, really good qualifying, and a good qualifying by Tony Walker as well. He was in top 10 qualifier.
Oh, he's run wide at turn 4, Roach.
Oh, so easily done there. That's what you were saying before. It's so easily done that corner.
He's just lost 3 positions in one corner there as Mark Draper, Jamie Jeffrey and Jason Landry all slotted in underneath him.
Oh, it's such a scramble. These early laps, such a scramble, Pete. Everybody's fighting for every inch of the track, aren't they?
They really are, yeah. Ike Leku, Arnaud Chenonnier, who the camera is on, he's just about to lose a position to Ike, and Jamie Wilson, all up a number of positions, 3 each actually.
Oh no, he's looking a bit frisky.
He is. He's putting lots of pressure back onto Ike Leku. He's gone a bit deep into that one. He's going to pick up a mega off track there. He might get a slowdown there as well. I'm not sure. Yes, he's pulled out of traffic. Or is he just defending? Hard to tell at the minute.
He's got a slowdown. No, he's got a
Yeah,
slowdown.
he must have one. Jamie's gone round the outside of him at turn 1 there.
He's trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. He's trying to burn it off, and there's a challenge here, right at the front.
Wow, those cars look great, don't they? Look at that.
They do. Wobbly on the inside of his previous teammate, Miguel, gets the position.
You can't go too wide round there.
Well, apparently you can. So they say. So Sam Blees still at the front of this race and will be happy watching Wobbly and Miguel fighting.
He'll be doing everything he can to be invisible and get a gap.
Yes, he will. Jamie Jeffrey putting lots of pressure on Jason Landry. That just shows the capability of Jamie Jeffrey these days. Cal Hardy rolling wide again at turn 4.
Just trying to, full of adrenaline, trying to make up for that. Just that bit of lost ground. He doesn't need to worry. He's got the pace.
He really does have the pace, yeah. It's very, very busy back here. This is a crazy bit of the track right now.
It's full of races as well.
Oh,
you know. Oh,
that was Jesus going sideways.
Oh.
And Alejandro and Jesus, they are teammates, so hopefully they're having a giggle about that.
I think they're best of friends by the looks of that.
Yeah. Oh, and look how quick Wobbly has caught Sam Blees. I know it's a sprint race. Don't know why I'm so surprised. Pops out of the toe just to show his face. Drop back in again.
He's a fiend of a racer. He's Wobbly.
He
He
is.
would do that. He likes
Oh,
to.
crikey. JB, where you going, mate? In the background there, he was nearly paying for entry back into the grounds again. Let's go back here again. So Wobbly's made himself a victim here of
Wobbly would stick his tongue out at Sam and try to upset him.
Yeah. JB having a look there at Ike Aleku, who just took a position from him.
There's not much room between these cars. I don't think there's anything in the town between them either. I don't see a lot of gaps forming quick here, do you, Pete? Look at this.
No, I don't. And you've got Carl Hardy and Mark Draper, 2 Audis going at it here.
Oh.
At turn 4, Roach corner.
Crikey.
Who's going to come out?
Neither of them's going to give an inch, is they?
No.
Neither of them's going to give an inch.
It's battle of the black and green / yellows at the minute. Right then.
What was I was racing last night in the MX Spies. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is right at the back of the field. This is Andrew Littler fighting with a recovering Alejandro Silva Carrera after he came together with Jesus not that long ago.
He got a wheel on the grass there and it cost him.
It did. Oh, where's Chris Needham going?
Oh.
Oh no, Chris Needham!
Oh no!
What happened here? Oh, has he got over-rotated? He has. Yeah. An odd way to enter pit lane, and regardless of who you are. So he's going to spin that round and rejoin. Right then.
Probably a bit eager on the gas.
Yeah, whilst we were were away, we missed this. Right, what's going on here? Sam Blees, clearly, I think, has pulled out of the line because he's got a slowdown. And Miguel sails it round the outside of him and says, "Thank you very much, a freebie."
Okay. It's like he got no extra spring on that car. You see the way it shot forward?
Yeah.
Boom.
Right then, let's get back to this.
Turbo. I've got turbos. He's probably got a supercharger.
Yeah. Again, side-by-side Audis. This is good to see. It's reminiscent of when there was only Audis in it, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Very nice.
Of course, they were once for a very long time. There were only Audis.
That's right. So 3 of them together here.
There's something these impulse drivers have got something in their right foot that makes their car leap forward for 10 metres at supersonic speed.
It's called lead. Got a lead right foot.
Skill, respect and talent. I've got the lead.
This is.
Look at this. Yes, it's great.
This is crazy. This.
Cole's staving off his mate Marl. It's cut and thrust, but look at these guys queuing up behind them, all wanting the slides. That pie.
JB is trying to do a bit of a recovery here, but Ike Aleku, probably the best positioned I've seen him so far in 8th place. He's up 5 positions. That's very impressive.
Where's Tony?
Tony Walker isn't far behind. He is there, making his way into picture and round.
Because it was
turn
right
three.
in. It was right in the midst of it before. They've just split for a bit. So I wonder if something happened there to split them up. Because they were all in a bunch before.
Yeah, I can't see anything on my event tracker at the moment.
Oh no, Arnu was getting very frisky as well. It's just oh, and there's Andy. Oh, is that the Fee? No, it's
That's
Fee
Fee.
leading this bunch here.
I know.
Oh my word, leading a 5-car train.
More than that, I think she's leading a 6-car effort. 1, 2, 3. She's well, the other car's still on the top of the hill, so. But she's doing a great job here at the minute.
She's defending hard.
Yeah, big sweep
Oh,
in
but look,
line.
they're all giving each other room. Very safe driving.
Yeah.
And these are the new guys, And
Ooh, she's gone a bit wide there, though. That's going to give that place.
Oh, no,
A little bit of carnage going on.
No.
That was. I thought it was Pete Van Gool for a minute. I don't know who that was that went with her. Who was that? I think it was Jesus. I think he's the one that got the worst of it. So we'll see what happens with that. It was Jesus, yeah. Right, let's have another look at the front because it's hotting up after that little bit of carnage there. Wobbly. Leader of the race at the minute.
The impulse cars have gathered.
Yeah. They're starting to surround their prey, aren't they? Pete Van Gool was caught up in that. He's also ended up in pit lane.
Oh, unlucky. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's quite a hotly contested bit of tarmac. That the last third of the field at the moment, Alan. There's a lot around that same ability group,
Well, it's just they're all racers, aren't they, Pete? That's the thing. Yeah. They're all absolutely battlers.
Yep, absolutely are. Gary Craig's on the chat. He's saying that Jesus was unlucky. He was a complete passenger in all of that. He kind of got sideswiped. And Sam Boozin on the chat. Good evening, Sam.
Oh, hello, Sam.
More than welcome to join us in the booth if you want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
got dual controls on the camera.
Yeah, he would as well. He absolutely would. Right, let's have a look. David Corpus out of the line is giving up positions, I think, due to a... No, he's not a slowdown. He's just showing his face in Jamie Wilson's mirrors as he zooms right up to the back of him. Who's that going slow ahead? That's somebody being
going to be a
lapped.
great battle because Jamie's not forgiving up. Hello. Oh, who's that? Somebody else got slowed down there.
And who's that in our booth? Good evening, Sam Boozin.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent stuff. You'll be amazed at how many drivers we've got in this field at the minute, I'm sure. And as we approach into season 15, with all the other stuff that's going on, it's looking like a very healthy TCR Challenge Cup now, isn't it?
It does look good. The
It's
only
only
bad thing
Sam.
is Wibbly's first.
Well,
that thing.
Yeah, well, there's still a tenner on anybody that deliberately wipes him out, so it could happen at any point. Are you planning on doing any racing in the next few weeks, Sam?
I would if I could. I'm too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit crazy at the moment, but yeah, feel free to jump in on the commentary if you want to. It's always great to have you in the booth, and you do a lot in the background for us in terms of the website and how everything functions and SDK. It's all a bit of a wonderful journey actually, trying to develop this TCR Challenge Cup League into probably one of the premier TCR leagues that exists now, if you look at all what's going on in other leagues, or isn't in the case of WTCR.
Yes, it's not everywhere is as well run and well staffed and well driven as this league.
No, as Tom Minot gets in nearly on Jamie Wilson. That was very close. That was very late braking, but he's made it work. He certainly freaked Jamie Wilson out big time. Jamie twitched on the apex of the corner. He's going to make himself a victim here for David Corpus, who is going to try and follow Tom Minot through here, and he's going to do it. He's done it.
Yes, this is good driving. That could easily have gone wrong.
But these guys are so safe around each other. Even the new guys, you know, there's a defensive line from David Corpus, but he's made his intentions clear, and that's part of racing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just managed to hold your line on a really tricky bend.
Yeah.
You've got to depend on the other guy holding his line, and these it's fantastic. Even I'm safe driving these chaps.
Yeah. And I remember broadcasting races with you, Sam, where fields were massive, but the driving was carnage and chaos.
Yeah, I remember a few of those.
Just cars piling into pit road, but it's not the same here as Sam Blease has claimed the fastest lap of the race so far.
Crikey.
And that is a splendid lap actually, a 1:39.212.
Very fast.
I think
But,
that's
you
faster
know,
than the quali time.
Miguel's at a 39.2 as well. These are just sensational times, really. And you know what it's like? They get faster and faster, don't they?
They do, yeah. If you were racing, Sam, is this a league that you would choose to jump back in on?
Oh, why not? I think there's a lot of really good drivers in this field. A few I know, and there seems to be a lot I don't know.
Yeah.
And I've signed up recently, so that's great. That's great to see the league is healthy. That's actually the league we started with when we started Backfire. So it's great to see it's still living and it's still going on like the first days. That's great.
It is, yeah. And I've got some trophies for the next season, and some certificates ready for those people that claim. Not for this one. I couldn't do it in time or didn't have the finances for it, but for season 15, I can't tempt you with some silverware now. It's actually just some plasticware, but don't tell anybody.
Okay, shut up and take my money. I'm gonna sign up for the next one.
Good.
No, weekdays. That weekdays it's impossible for me.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
why I stopped
Yeah.
broadcasting. But yeah.
Busy boy.
Well, yeah. Tell my boss I can take some days off, and then I would be
Tell him
back.
Tell him I've asked you if you come and work the cameras so Pete can do more of the work.
Oh, Sam Blease popped out of the toe. Is he going to be late enough on the brakes to do this? Yes, he is.
Oh.
Very nice. Thanks to Gary Craig for pointing out that I had no standings on the screen. Don't know how I ended up with that, but
That was a very tidy piece of driving, wasn't it? Goodness
really
me, around
was,
that
yeah.
corner.
and these two are only playing into Wobbly's hands, and Gary's already mentioned on the chat that that's not a good thing. Ooh, Chris Needham has ended up in an incident. It might just be that he's stopped. He was sideways at pit lane exit before, if you remember. Entry, sorry. And Jamie Jeffrey has his fan club on the chat. Shane Newport again. Need to get Shane in the booth.
Yeah, thank you for coming here, and he's been a regular and faithful supporter of Jamie.
He has.
We like that. We like that.
Basically every week, isn't it?
But you know, Jamie, it's no surprise because Jamie has turned me into a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, with his fantastic driving, and not only that, but his general demeanour and everything else. It's just a wonderful young man. And,
Yeah, Sam, you'll have to go and have a look at the standings and look at where Jamie Jeffrey is in the standings and in the Safe Driver Award and in the Driver of the Meeting Award. He's completely changed this season in particular.
Yeah, I was about to say I was looking at his name starting from midfield going down, and I couldn't find him. And it's great to see he's in the top 10 and apparently being safe. That's good.
I know, crazy good.
podiums, regular podiums, Sam. Yeah, and topping the say drive order, does it without actually scraping any paint. It's astonishing. Never goes over a white line. Just awesome.
Whilst these guys
And
have, sorry, go on.
second place in the standings as well. It's great.
It's just unreal.
Yeah.
He's had such a good year. Arnaud Chenonnier, technical issue,
Oh.
I'd say that is.
That's the French road.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh, he's had to quit back to the pits. That's going to cost him.
He really has, yeah.
Especially at 17 minutes on a 20-minute race.
I know. It's devastating, that. So, on we go.
Oh no. Oh no. You don't want to see any of your drivers lose it like that.
Jamie Wilson and Tom Minor, and a massive gaggle of cars behind these two.
Wow.
Good grief.
These two, it's just, you can see that this group are going to be able to pace, aren't they? They're going to be close enough that it's going to be very hard for them to shuck each other.
Absolutely. Look at this, 2
And
by 2
I'll be back.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, Mr. Miners, look at that. That's,
He's going to get a slowdown. No. Right, white flag lap.
oh, is he getting-
Sorry. Oh no!
Oh!
Oh! JB got the rough end of that, big time. This is the last lap, so we're going to have to review that after the race is finished. But JB just got dealt a really bad hand there. Wobbly and co are off to the races still. But in this group, something bad happened there. I didn't quite catch it myself. We were on it at the time, but my eyes just weren't drawn to it.
Yeah. That's right. I saw a green car and I saw JP. I didn't see anything what happened. All I saw was poor JB disappearing in a cloud of smoke,
Yeah.
hitting that wall. Not what you want to see, but here, Sam's still.
Oh, around the outside nearly for... Is that Roger? Yeah, Roger.
Yeah, that's Roger. He's got.
They're still thrashing it out here.
He's lost his purple wheels at the moment. It's Roger.
He has, but Wobbly Kneecaps takes a victory
You
here.
see that? He turned invisible and snuck away.
He did. Yeah, don't look at me. I'm not here, folks. He's managed to grab that one with both hands and gain a victory for BSTV Pink. As other cars finish, Roger Morton, though, still thrashing out here with David Corpus. Not going to change those racing orders right now. Look at Tony Walker, he's crept up on the back of that group. As everybody else crosses the line, I'm going to have to go back and see what happened to JB.
Yes.
On the penultimate lap.
pit.
Oh, he got tagged by Roger. Got tagged by Roger. And
Can you go back just before that?
yeah, I think.
That looked like the end of something.
Let's
They
have a
brought them
look.
together.
Well, it was the end of a lot of different. It's ahead of us there. Look. Oh no, it was just. Ooh, ow. Yeah, you can see at the top of the screen. That's a.
That was nearly 3 cars in that.
It was. Yeah, it was David, Corpus, Roger, nearly Tony Walker, definitely. Sorry, JB, definitely. That was a messy one. Right, we are back at live footage.
Looks to
We're
me
in a
like
little
it.
warm-up
Second
now.
guessing, Pete. Second guessing going on, and sadly they needed 3 guesses.
Yes, and JB got the worst of all the guesses. So, where did we finish? Wobbly was your winner for round 23 at Red Bull Ring for this season finale for BSTV Esports Pink. Sam Blees finished second for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing with Miguel Freitas rounding out the podium positions for Impulse Racing. His teammate finished 4th behind him, Jason Landry, nothing between them. Jamie Jeffrey finished 5th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Your opinion on the top 5, Alan?
Well, almost predictable. Almost predictable, and but yeah, very glad to see Jamie in there. And Wobbly really pulled a fast one on him, I think, because he didn't qualify first, but he managed to get in front and a bit of smart driving and take advantage of the battle. But,
Yeah, he's very annoying like that, isn't he? And Sam, any surprises in that top group? I know that some of those names might be new to you in the form of Miguel and Jason.
well,
Well,
they're not
we
new
talked about it. My surprise is Jimmy.
Yeah,
Because
right.
I didn't knew he was that fast in this season, so that's great. Good on him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, sadly Wobbly's first, but yeah, he's cheating, so that's
I
why.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Brit
snuck
hack.
away, didn't he? Did Sam get the fastest lap, though? Sam
Ooh,
had the fastest lap,
I
didn't
think he did, yeah. That 1:39.212 still stood at the end.
Yeah.
Carl Hardy finished 6th for Safeguard by result. Mark Draper finished 7th for SRL, or Sim Racers League. Ike Leku finished 8th. He's one of the Lurchus drivers. We'll sort that out for next season. 9th was Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. Thomas Miner finished 10th. David Corpus finished 11th for Lurchus Academy. Roger Morton was 12th for Safeguard by result, and Tony Walker finished 13th. Alejandro Silva Corrida finished 14th for Lurchus Sim Racing. Fiona finished 15th. That is a splendid result from Fiona for Spyro by result. Chris Needham finished 16th for Airsmart Racing. Andrew Littler finished 17th for Spyro by result. JB Dejoux, after getting his car demolished on the start-finish straight, was 18th for BSTV Blue. PVG finished in 19th, and Jason Haddington finished 20th. Was there anybody behind that? Yes, there was. We ended up with 22 races at the start of that race. Wow. Arnaud Chenonnier finished 21st for Smart Racing 2, and Jesus Amandare finished 22nd and
I
last.
feel their pain, honestly,
Yeah.
because it's horrible to lose drivers. And we don't normally lose many, do we?
We
And, it's
don't.
always nice when you see everybody finishing. I don't like to see that many people missing out.
It's certainly an eventful series of races, isn't it, Sam? There's a lot of action for me to try and catch up with.
Yeah, always been a lot of action in these races. Is the second one a longer race, like
It
1
is,
hour or
yes.
something? Okay.
40 minutes, yeah, not quite.
40 minutes,
not
okay.
quite an hour.
Yeah, things have changed since last time I was there. So
Yeah,
But
you're
good.
right. We did used to do 30 and 60, but 20 and 40 seems to get
It
us.
works great, doesn't it? I
does,
think
it does, it
we
works so
found
well.
it to be really a good formula.
So you
for
force a pit
sprint
stop, but it's
races.
not a long race. The second one.
No. It makes for good viewing, it has to be said. Most people will be practicing a pit stop, especially at this track, because as we've seen, you can pick up off tracks just about everywhere. You pick up slowdowns very easily towards the end of the lap. But when you're doing pit lane entry here, it's an odd one. You come in round a right hand bend, fast right hand bend, and then you've got to tighten up what is your normal right hand turn, the second phase of that, and get it in pit road without crossing any of the white lines with all four wheels. And it's difficult. It's not an easy equation, is it? Either of you for that one.
Reminds me a bit. Is it Hockenheim that's got similar?
Hockenheim, yeah, very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, tricky, very tricky entry, and of course, everybody's people spin going in there. I've spun going into the pits here. That's not what you want when you're trying to get in the pits. You don't want to be so that you spin.
Yep.
It's not good.
No.
Spinning just there.
And
No.
Miguel has just shown us how much faster he can do pit lane entry than Wobbly. So whether Wobbly was trying as hard as he could, don't know.
We know how these guys use their absolutely perfect pit lane entry speed, don't they? They cross the line absolutely the maximum speed to do it, and place in the box perfectly every time, and they gain tenths through this precision.
Look who's pole for race 2. Roger Morton, who locked out the front last time out. That was a brilliant race, that was. Roger Morton leads us away for the second race. I'm going to do this very quickly. David Corpas in second, Thomas Miner in third, fourth, Jamie Wilson, fifth, Ike Leku, sixth, Mark Draper, seventh, Carl Hardy, eighth, Jamie Jeffrey. Then we've got ninth, Jason Landry, Miguel Freitas, 10th, Sam Blees, 11th. Our winner from the first race, Wobbly in 12th, 13th, Tony Walker, Alejandro Silva Corrida, 14th, 15th. Stop flashing lights, boys. Fiona Siddons, Chris Needham in 16th. Stop it. 17th, Andrew Littler. 18th, JB. Pete Van Gool in 19th. Jason in 20th. Arno in 21st. And Jesus in 22nd. All those 3 cars flashing the lights there. You're all barred. And we are about to go racing, boys.
Fantastic. Well done, Pete.
I know, it's the first time I've done it in time with this many. And we're away. Right,
Crikey, they're not hanging around, are they, tonight?
No. Oh, who's that? It's got a hole shot right through the middle there. Ika Leku. Well done, that boy.
Fantastic. He was quick. But Roger made the start that he needed to.
He has. Oh, no, Thomas Minor. Oh, it's going to get carnage.
Oh, crikey.
I don't know where my mouse is, so I can't actually tell you.
That could
who
have
was
been
in it.
a lot worse.
It could.
Blimey heck.
Do you know what? I think
Thomas.
everybody kept out of the wall. That was amazing. We're going to watch that again in a minute.
Let's get round here. This is a bit hairy, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody's been left behind apart from Mark Draper. I think Mark Draper caught the brunt of it all. So we'll have a look at that in a moment.
Oh, Roger, Mark will be all right. He'll be able to get back, I think.
He'll probably win it, knowing him, but you know. Right, Jamie Jeffrey making his way through the field quickly, as well as Jason Landry just ahead of him already.
Well, we see these fantastic starts, don't we? Time and time again by people who are halfway down the pack and suddenly appear in the top 3 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So we know they look for this early move through the pack. Try and take advantage of the early confusion, the early settling down period, and they're very quick from the get-go.
Yeah, I'm focused here on these 3. This is Tony Walker, Thomas Minor getting a bit sandwiched in, and Alejandro Silva Corrida. And Thomas Minor has managed to get out on top of both of those cars. That's excellent work after his lap 1 incident there, where he got tagged and turned. I don't know what he did to rectify that car, but that was a feat of absolute genius. As Wobbly tries to do 2 cars in 1 corner, he's not going to manage it, just Jamie Wilson on this occasion. And Miguel wanting to monopolise.
He's got damage on his car, has he?
Who's that?
I'm pointing at the car.
Look at that, Thomas Minor pushing Miguel. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Trying to give him a helping hand.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Oh, Jamie Jeffrey is going at it here with, I think, Jason Landry.
Thomas might have some damage, but clearly, I'm just wondering because I thought, crikey, clearly he hasn't, because he's trying to give people helpful.
I promise I will go back and review that, but not yet, because this is too much fun.
Well, they're holding their line now. We've got Carl, who's got in behind Roger, his teammate Roger.
I know. Oh, that's a point. Yeah, I missed Ika getting overtaken. That must have been a while ago as well, because it's not on my event tracker now. But this is a bit mad further back here at the moment, with all these Air Smart racing cars and JB, who had such a bad time of it in the last race. We'll have to see what happens there. I think that's Jesus making his way through the field. It is. He is fast, you know, when he doesn't get demolished. He's absolutely rapid. Jesus Amandare.
Yeah, I think all of those guys in that team are just going to get better and better as they settle in there. They started off at a high level, and I see no stepping back from that high standard.
No, let's see what happened here at the front. So, yeah, Tom Minor got a bit of netcode contact, and it was Mark Draper.
It was Mark in the wall.
Yeah, Mark Draper got spat out the side of that field. Quite a violent crash, that, Sam, don't you think?
I thought, oh dear, thought his car was trashed.
Better to have that crash in sim racing than in real life.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at this. It's crazy. I missed that the first time round. I just moved the camera up and I thought, wow, 2x2, 3 cars deep. Awesome. Right, let's have a look at what's happening towards the front. Ika Leku, still, that's Ika there. He's still heading up this massive group behind, which Jason Landry's busy working his way through. door-to-door stuff, but look how much room they're giving. That's really nice. Good, fair driving. As Jamie Jeffrey gets underneath David Corpus as well. Does he? Yes, he does.
Making these corners look easy, and they're not.
And Miguel and Wobbly are going to go side by side. No, they're not. Miguel's thought he's going to kill me, so he's dropped in behind him. I think that might have been Wobbly overtaking him. I'm going to get back up to date with what's going on here. Yeah, Wobbly overtook.
That was a bit wide.
This is a big
Right
train.
in the line.
Yeah, variety in the line. I love it. Sam Blees at the back of this group here. With Tony Walker not far off it. He's doing all right.
Well, they're making ground, aren't they?
They
Certainly
really are, yeah.
Carl Hardy's gone to first.
Ooh, I didn't notice that. Thank you, Sam. We'll try and find that. I think it might have been a let go, but we'll have a look. Can you imagine Carl Hardy winning this race? Oh, is Roger gone wide? Yeah, Roger got wide and got slowed down by iRacing probably, and that's given Carl Hardy the opportunity.
Yes, well, it had to be something like that because Roger certainly wouldn't be handing it over.
No, Sam
There's
Blees.
no team orders in resort, let me tell you.
Yeah, Sam Blees says to Miguel, "You turned up for a race, didn't you?" He's putting his nose in on every corner at the minute.
Paul and Roger will race until their last breaths. There's no fiercer rivals and competitors than those two in the most caring and loving way. But my God, they race harder than anybody I know.
I know, we found that out last week. If you remember, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Wobbly.
So what's Mark doing down there? He's doing the fastest laps out at the last man, and he's turning in the fastest laps. What a guy!
Yeah, he's visited pit road already to fix the car. He's
Yeah, well, he needed it after that visit to the wall. Goodness.
I expect he'll have to go to pit road again, though. That's the problem.
For the pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too early, wasn't it? We'll have to do it again, but he's
Oh!
making the ground up. He's got
Oh.
a bit of space in front of him. He's just showing you his native, his
Oh,
speed.
Miguel, what are you doing? Miguel threading the needle in a Tony Walker style fashion from last week. That got move of the week for me. Sorry, go on.
Miguel
Oh,
does
no,
this
no,
all.
no.
Oh, he does this all the time.
He does.
He's got an incredible way with the car in traffic. That's how he
Well,
manages to make
solid,
all
yeah.
those platers just early, doesn't he? He makes 5 or 6 places out of nowhere just by threading needles.
Yeah, David Corpus nearly earned himself a tenner without realising it when he tagged Wobbly going into turn 3. Miguel's having a bit of trouble getting past David Corpus at the minute. He's running him right to the grass.
David is defending.
He is, and he's doing a good job of it.
He's totally entitled to do absolutely all of this and more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's left him
It's
a car
just-
width, which is exactly right. A car's width.
yeah. But respectful racing on both sides, and that's great to see because a new guy coming in against the experienced regular guy, and beautiful gentlemanly racing, and you can't ask for fairer than that.
No, and it's not like they're letting each other go. They're really pushing
No,
the
it's eyeballs
pushing the
out,
issue.
and it's courtesy right on the edge.
And Sam Blees thinks he's on a different strategy. So, Sam, what
Fixed.
any benefit to pitting early here?
I have no clue. I don't know if the car used tires more. I don't know if they change tires anymore.
No,
Yeah.
we don't change tyres. No, tyres will
I
last
don't
you for
know
about
anything.
2 hours. Right, okay, fair enough.
I could tell you for the V8 because I still race it somewhat and raced them not long ago. But these cars, I completely lost track of all the works. All I know is front wheel drive. That's all I know.
Yep.
Well,
Are you racing on Saturday,
with-
Sam?
I don't think so.
No.
No. The only thing I see with pitting that early is clean air. He would be
Yes.
on his own and able to drive to his lap times and probably make ground of people that are battling. That's the only thing I see.
Well,
He's done it a few times. He's got a bit of a track record of doing it, Sam, this season. Making that fast decision, you know, coming out, I think, starting the race with an open mind and then just reading the circumstances, but leaving himself open to make this fast decision. And he's making these early stops where because, like you say, he's getting held up. It's been working. It works out amazingly well.
it really does, yeah. Oh, Roger, where you going, mate? Back on the track. Roger's getting a bit swamped at the minute, but his teammate Carl Hardy is certainly running away at the moment.
It's doing very good laps, though.
Yeah.
You noticed that there was 39s popping up. Jamie's doing a 39. That was fantastic lap by Jamie.
I know, he's in third at the minute, and he's got the best toe in the house, because that's Jason Landry in front of him.
Well, he's certainly making the best use of it. Look at that.
I know.
That's perfect timing, isn't it?
Tractor beam is on. And in full effect, yeah. In fact, Jamie Jeffrey is the only one in the 39s at the moment, and that's testament to his pace and his skill. Wobbly is now working over Roger. I don't think there'll be a great deal of resistance here, although Roger is good at defending lines. He's shown in a few races this season that he can defend
He'll only
fairly.
do it.
Yeah.
He'll only do it when it's fair, though.
Yes, yeah, we've seen it a few times. He's such a good racer. What else? Everything's calming down a bit, which is great for me as the cameraman, but less hectic from the racing perspective.
The pace isn't less hectic, though, is it?
No, it's not.
This just makes you want to get in a TCR and take it out on this lovely track.
Yeah, it does,
And
doesn't it? It's
the other
tempting.
thing is, it's very beautiful here when you're driving it. The scenery and the landscaping is so gorgeous. You really feel like you're in the mountains. It's a very scenic venue.
And the way that this particular track is rendered, it's one of the latest ones onto the service. The detail in all aspects is just gorgeous. Such rich graphics and high levels of detail. I think iRacing have done themselves proud, as we've got a few visitors to pit road at the minute. JB and PVG.
Lap 8.
That's quite late, actually, isn't it?
That's what, we've seen come in a lot earlier, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I don't think this place is particularly heavy on fuel either.
And just to prove Sam boozing right, Sam Blees, fastest lap of the race, on his own, in clean air, 1:39.959.
Yeah.
We've got almost the whole straight before we catch someone else.
Yep, that's
How
gotta
good
be
is that?
good. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, absolutely
Well,
fantastic.
you know, the whole field will cycle through and he'll pop up like
I know, yeah.
blade or something, you know.
I'll tell you what, I've not done for a few races now. Where is it? I can't even remember where it is.
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
There we go. Excellent.
That still exists. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
It does, yeah.
Treasured that is. I
It
think
is.
it keeps it in a golden box here, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is good. Tony
Tony.
Walker. Cool.
Yeah, look who's putting a move on as well.
I
This is my word, Tony.
Putting Iker
That's
behind
very
him.
impressive.
That's not easily done.
No, that man with that colour green wheels is quick.
Yeah.
The wheels tell it all.
A note for the future, Sam. Paint your wheels green. Makes you fast.
It's got to be outrageous.
That's nice.
Greed.
That's a nice overtake. Tony got his braking point wrong.
Well, of course he did. He was very excited. And by the time I got into this mega corner.
Oh, actually, it looks like Iker let him go there.
Yeah, I think he gave him a rub.
He
and,
did, yeah.
The braking. So,
Yeah.
fair play.
Very
Yeah,
fair
no,
play.
it's. But for one of the new drivers, Sam, it just goes to show you how everybody's just. You know, we had this whole influx of new drivers last week, and they just clicked in. And you look at the field and the way they're racing, you can't pick out the new guys from the old guys, and you couldn't straight away. It was just they just clicked straight in. It was
Well, I can't
think
because I
that's
don't know their
harder here
names.
than with most leagues. Because they have a high standard here. They have a high standard of racing because everybody likes to finish the race. We have a huge proportion of races where everybody finishes.
Oh yeah, we do. And these
I
cars,
think we take it for granted a bit, but the races I'm in, all the leagues I'm in, you don't get that many people finishing every time. Let me tell you.
no, and these cars are on the new damage model, which means bits fly off at the shortest notice.
Absolutely.
So you're right. It is testament to the fact that these guys race so well together. I think Jason Landry is starting to stretch out a bit of a gap on Jamie Jeffrey. Where is Jamie Wilson? I've not mentioned his name or seen him for a while. He's way back here in 16th.
He's been through the pits.
He has, good spot.
His laptops are very good though. He'll be doing his usual thing, some calm, consistent lapping, and seeing where it all falls out.
He is the second car who has pitted, if that makes sense.
Another very smart cookie though with the pit stops.
He is,
Jamie.
yeah, proper tactician, knows what he's doing. Been muscled out a few times this season, I would say. Other people have got their elbows out on him, and he's come off worse. But let's see where he floats up to the surface this time. I think Carl Hardy has very rapidly been caught.
He's in the 39.9s now as well. The 39s are starting to become endemic across that leaderboard.
Yeah.
And that is some pace.
It is. Miguel Freitas at the back of this bit of a train here, which is forming slowly again. It has the fastest lap so far, a 1:39.5. It was Sam Blees with a 1:39.212 in the first race. So we're getting to that number again. As Jason Landry hones in on the back of Carl Hardy's car.
Wow. This is a bad track to try and defend on. It is. When you're against people who've got the kind of pace these chaps have, we've got this mountain break.
Yep.
Trying to make your car that wide is very, very difficult. It is.
Yeah, looking back from the Pieman's rear bumper.
If anybody they will certainly be trying hard. It's canny about his car pace with his car. It's just that we've seen the way that these impulse guys manufacture passing opportunities. They don't just stab at it, they size somebody up, they work it out where they can go, and then they just go zap.
Yeah, they do. It's well worked manoeuvres a lot of the time. They're working out a couple of corners in advance, and then they know exactly what they're doing and when they're going to do it, and then they pounce. But I think, other than the gap in front of Wobbly at the minute, that little clan ahead of it's going to come to something very shortly.
Yeah, they're closing up, aren't they?
Yep.
Ooh.
So not much in this in the back. Oh, Wobbly! Wobbly!
Whoa!
What was that?
Oh, that's some kind of a save.
That was, but I don't know why it was a save. How did he get into that situation?
It looked like it was just spinning. Maybe he just lost the back end going around the last corner.
I think he must have got
it again.
I wonder if he's still got A, B and C written on his pedals. He might have pressed the wrong one. You don't know, do you? It
just looked like his back end was going round.
It did.
A little bit of sort, so...
I've not got an event on the track here, sadly.
Oh, he's going to lose 2 places.
No.
He's going to lose 2 places. Oh, my word.
I think he's going to retain what he had possibly. Because that Audi is so good out of corners. Oh, but Jason's too good on the brakes.
Yes. Can he keep Jamie out?
Don't know. he's got the optimal line and a good tow from Jason Landry, who's giving him the tow in order to keep Jamie off him.
He's got a chance.
He's
Yes.
defended it. He's defended it. That's excellent driving.
Oh, this is racing and a half, isn't it? How awesome is that?
Still not tempted, Sam?
Oh, dear me. It's just too good.
I am tempted if you change the day of racing.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a one-off. Like I do for the V8. But
Yeah. Carl to pit road.
we'll be out to do something about the competition, though.
Yeah. These guys, they are super quick. Not that I would have had a chance anyway, but I'd have even less chance against these guys.
I'm loving this board. You know, 140 is at the bottom and 139 is at the top.
There's not much in it, is there?
No, goodness me, it's fantastic.
Right, so a couple of visitors. Well, one visitor on this lap anyway. Carl Hardy to pit road. A lot of people leaving it quite late as Andrew Littler has got a friend to play with at the minute in the form of Mark Draper on a recovery drive.
And he'll be trying very hard to stay with Mark.
Yes, he will.
I was getting a bit of toe off Mark last night. In the MX-5, not quite the same top position in one of these.
No, Arno Chenonnier to pit road on a scheduled stop. Miguel Freitas, the fastest lap, 1:39.381.
Just wondering who's going to... Has somebody got a 38 inside them? Have we seen any 38s in practice?
I mean, look at what Sam did last week with the fastest lap. He just destroyed everyone. Do you remember?
Yes, he did. And well, we'll get that usual competition at the end. We're always doing the last 5 laps.
I know, it's just,
go for it.
It's very childish, but it's not at the same time.
It's great, isn't it? Well, it's for honour. And,
yeah.
It certainly has a free sort of extra excitement and entertainment at the end of the race, that's for sure.
Jamie Jeffries' line through that last corner is so good every lap. It's much more pointed than even the mighty Jason Landry.
I'll be sure. I wonder what it's like to do that just once. Hello. Oops.
Roger Morton to pit road. There's Jamie Jeffries.
He's doing great, driving in the top 10, holding his place. I think anybody who can drive top 10 in this kind of field is just doing a really fantastic performance. It's just so difficult to be a top 10 driver in this field.
It's getting harder and harder as well.
Yeah.
So Sam, now you've watched a bit, any standout drivers you've said about Jamie Jeffrey already. Any other names that are out there that are standing out for you?
Tony Walker, I think he progressed a lot as well. Last time I saw him, he was on the wall almost every race, so that's a good progress from him.
Yeah, I don't think he'd disagree with you either. Yeah, I think that's a really good assessment.
Yeah, well, he just started when I stopped streaming, so you know.
No, it's a good spot, Sam, and it's the truth because he has really come on in this season. Well, the end of last season as well, and this season his driving's really come on in leaps and bounds. He's moved up the grid, visibly.
Yeah, and looking at the race till now, as fitted, we'll see how it goes after the pit stops, but he's still in front of Sam Blees. Carl Hardy, I think he stopped eating pies. He still probably eats some, but a bit less than previously.
I think there's still pies. I don't think you can get a diet pie, can you? I don't think that exists.
He wouldn't be interested.
Wouldn't be Carl.
It wouldn't be Carl, no. Absolutely.
They're not proper pies.
We just saw Tony Walker peel off to pit road, so we've still got quite a lot that have not been into the pits yet, as you'd expect.
So he's doing a good stop because you don't want to lose a couple of seconds in the pits.
And this is hugely interesting. So Sam Blees, the first car that pitted, has ended up with Carl Hardy just in front of him after his scheduled stop, and Carl pitted from the lead of the race, or sorry, from third in the race, and they're in the middle of this group of people that still owe us a pit stop, which is Alejandro Silva Carrera in the third of tonight's Hondas. Oh, and just got tagged there, just in the background. This is Jesus Amandaray, who just got reminded that Sam Blease is in this race.
Yeah, I don't think he saw him. It's simple one of those. Didn't hear the shout.
Too fast.
Didn't see him.
Yeah, too fast. All right. The second of tonight's.
Here comes Mig.
Yeah, big hitters is into pit road. Miguel Freitas, reigning champion at the moment, but about to have that trophy ripped from his hands by Sam Blease, and I don't think he's going to be that.
Wasn't Sam the previous year's champion?
He was, yeah.
Champion as well.
Yeah, so we're swapping trophies.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sam was very. I remember how pleased Sam was to actually lift the trophy that time, and yeah, he would be delighted to get it back.
So here's Sam. I'm now trying to find where Miguel is. Miguel is up the road. You can see Sam in the background with Carl Hardy in the midst of some guys that still owe us pit stops. But it's not a massive amount of track, but we know what Miguel can do when he gets free track.
Oh, it's grease lightning. And what's more, it's incredibly consistent grease lightning.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Sam?
He's got 200 runs to close up on Sam Blease, though, in the championship. I don't know how many points you score in a race anymore. I could look at the rules.
75 for a top spot, so it's okay. Sam's race. Sam won it in the last one, really, because unless he crashed and ended up with like 30 incidents in race 1 and repeated it in race 2, he's managed to claim that trophy.
Yep.
But yeah, good spot. Good spot. It's too much of a points overhaul now. I think we will be crowning Sam Blease at the end of this race. Barring any disqualifications, of course, that could still happen. I can be a meanie.
I haven't updated the website yet, so the
Yeah,
points
true.
are still working as they were till now.
Yep, absolutely right.
But it's good to know next week is week 13.
Yeah, too right.
Which is
I
more
need a
than
new
Spencer knew
equipment
last
plan.
week. Because Spencer thought it was the start of the season.
He did, yes.
Oh. Okay.
He'd missed nearly all of it working abroad, so he just turned up for a random race. JB and Jamie going at it. I think JB is going to end up with a slowdown after that very wide final turn. JB's already been in pit road, but the front of his car still looks caved in on my screen.
Oh, there's the slowdown now.
Yep, there we go. So he's going to hand the position over to Mark Draper, is he? Or Mark Draper's staying out of it. Mark Draper doesn't want to know about any of that. He's just coasting behind JB. Not
He's
sure
got
why.
great. His lap times are excellent. Mark's
I know.
been doing fantastic pace since he got
He's
back out and got his wheels underneath him. Goodness me.
He is the fastest driver with the worst luck. In this league, at least. He always seems to get tagged up in other people's crashes. It's happened a few times.
Yes. You're right. His basic pace, you would think, would have seen him to a few better finishes, but you're right. He's had a bit of bad luck. Really, I think he has.
And if you ask me, it's a bit rude to say he's ugly on the broadcast like that. Just
I think I meant his wheel trims. Oh, look at these two going at it. No, this is interesting.
Yeah, this is Tom Minor.
Can Tom resist this?
I don't know, but he's very quick. His I rating is reasonable. If that's an indicator at all, usually not. League racing it's an absolute faux pas looking at someone's I rating. But yeah, Mig Miguel there slides it on the inside, and
Oh,
that's done
there it
before the
is.
apex. I mean, that's a beautiful bit of overtaking.
That was just perfect judgment, perfect braking. Because he didn't put he outbraked Tom, who was first class driver, and he did it effortlessly without overdriving himself. That was perfect judgment. We could all learn something from that.
We could, and we could also try and figure out, and it happens a lot. We saw it there, right there, where Miguel goes into the corner with another driver, but comes out of the corner with 0.3 better benefit. And you're thinking, how on earth has he done that? I didn't see what Tom Minot did wrong. I don't think he did anything wrong. It's just that Miguel did everything a little bit better.
I believe it's something to do with the new theory of repulsive gravity.
Are you suggesting that Miguel's car weighs less?
I'm suggesting that he's got a switch that can temporarily reverse the polarity of gravity. So that when somebody's behind you, pushes out and it pushes him in front. Zoom. That's my theory anyway.
Oh. Andrew Littler gets a reminder that there's other cars racing with him. Oh, no.
Oh!
That could have been curtains for 3 cars.
A bit of a twitch.
It really was. Jamie Jeffrey was trying to pull a move.
Oh, crikey, look at that.
And he got shouldered into Andrew Littler's car. Andrew Littler was just minding his own business on the left-hand side of the track.
Look at the gap on one corner on the brakes.
This is just brilliant.
Holy moly.
That was a bit too close, wasn't it, Sam?
Just a bit, but I wonder when the last guys will take their pit stop and see where Sambly is compared to that.
Yeah.
I mean, Prix. He owns the fastest lap of the race, 39.3, sorry.
Oh yeah, forgot. I didn't see that happen actually. Well spotted. Yeah, fastest lap is back to Sam.
Look, I talk about pit stops, and the first 2 guys are in the pits.
Nose to tail, really. Now, Jamie Jeffrey.
Oh,
that's a massive mistake.
That is huge.
Mistake.
Never done that.
Total lie.
I think I did it in my last race. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we act very over dramatic there, folks, but that is epic because that's Sam Blees there that he's coming out just a hair's width in front of, and he's going to get done.
The speed.
Yeah.
Mullered.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't have the inside for the corner though, but he will have the traction out.
True.
Yeah. Jamie's not brave enough on the braking.
No.
Yeah.
Not quite. Not for that one. So, Sam Blees finds himself right now overall in 4th place. Ahead of him is Miguel Freitas, who has pitted.
Oh, I said he'd pop up in 3rd, so see, I was out by 1 car.
You were. It was very, very good. A good estimation. And Jason Landry is also ahead of him. The 2 impulse cars doing what they do best.
What you want to see.
No, it's very ominous.
See, it's like seeing double. It's
Yeah.
not what you want to see. And Wobbly's in the pits.
Oh, Wobbly is. Yeah, he's our final visitor, is he? Yes, he is. Sorry.
Your pit stall. Your pit stall.
Not that we want him to do badly, you understand, but yeah, that would be nice.
Well, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, me too. Right, where is Jason Landry when Wobbly is sat doing nothing?
I think he's gonna come with Carl or something. No?
No.
It's on the lane.
He's going to get a shorter journey around this corner, though. So.
Oh, yeah, he's in front of Sam.
He's just about.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness. Okay, well, he's got room.
He's got room, and that's a key part of this.
At 10
nice job,
feet
Cam.
would make a
No,
make a huge
picked the wrong
difference.
button. Right, so
I'm pretty sure I did a
somebody's...
curb cap for that track.
I thought you had done as well. Never mind.
Right. So Sam's putting in the fastest laps. We know Wobbly's well capable, and he's doing 39.3s as well, and he's straight out the pits. Oh, this is going to be tight now. Goodness me! And what about the guys in front? Are they going to get away? Have they got an eye on what's in front of them, or are they just going to get so tied up in their own battle here?
Well, Jamie Jeffrey is still with these guys, as he should be. He's one
Jamie
of the super
can get,
fast.
yeah. I mean, if Jamie can close it up, maybe they'll concentrate on the guys in front, because these impulse guys are dangerous there now. They're exactly where they want to be.
So we have...
anybody getting them back.
No, and we've only got 4 minutes left of this race.
Yeah, they're
So,
gone.
2 more laps
Look
after
at the
this
gap.
one.
Look at the way they pulled the gap. Paul's still running in 6th with Roger in 7th still. This is brilliant driving by them two.
It
They
is.
still kept that together. Tony's still in 8th. This is another
Sam,
brilliant
please.
performance with great
Sam,
lap
please.
time.
He's done it.
Well,
Oh, and Wobbly went too deep.
Wobbly went well wide.
He did. Are you still laughing back there, son?
Yeah, I was about to say Wobbly's got a wide spread, that's why he went
Wow.
wide, but...
Yeah, he's Wobbly going to do it.
Oh!
Yes,
Wobbly's gone.
He's probably going to do one of those.
Yeah. I mean, that's the second time
He's
we've seen him
probably laughing at
sideways.
a joke.
Yeah. So, that's sorted that out.
Oh, I don't think he can get back to them.
No, we've got a Lurchus Academy, Lurchus Sim Racing duel here. There's a lot of smoke ahead, which is from Wobbly's car. Still lingering in the air.
Is that song lingering in the air? Da, 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 da.
In the background there was Carl Hardy, keeping it together in 6th place.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
So why do we have 2 DNFs? Did I miss something when I got my coffee?
It might be me not
Monday.
rendering the right amount of cars. Although Tom Minor is out.
Mine is out.
And there's another car in the pits.
Jesus, he was the one that got
Jesus.
demolished in one of the turns.
Alright, yeah.
Well, no, he wasn't. Hang on. I'm gonna have to find this now.
No, I don't know what he's doing in there. He shouldn't be in there.
Now, there's
Yeah,
something
pretty
going
close
on.
battle for 10th though, so
Yeah, very much.
that's over and done. I think we can watch that after the race now.
Yeah, true.
We'll focus on the
They're
line.
all in 39 threes. Goodness me.
This is teammates racing this. Well, one for Lurchus Academy, one for Lurchus Sim Racing.
They're clearly no race orders in that team, and they're going at it.
Actually, no, these guys are both Lurchus Academy once they sort out all the names and
All
teams.
credit to them because they're racing.
Yes,
And,
they are.
It's good to see.
And I tell you what, top 10s. Good
Yeah,
results.
no, absolutely. Yeah, the pair of them. I mean, phew, give me a feather to put in their cap
Yeah.
because that's mighty impressive. It is. They put their cars in front of some very fine drivers, and it's not like they haven't actually had to. They're there on merit.
So
White flag
Barney,
in the air.
yeah, white flag lap. Barney's waving for all he's worth.
Well, this is Sam's drive to glory because he's going to be picking up the championship.
He is, and Jason Landry looks like he's picking up the glory for the winning the last race of the season, which sets him up well for the first race of next season. In front of him there is Andrew Littler, who was the meat in the sandwich of a near incident before with Jamie Jeffrey. It's not over back here either, so this is back in 15th and 16th. Mark Draper's wanting a position. Racing right to the end of the race.
Oh,
no.
fantastic.
Oh no, going defensive.
Yeah. So, well, when it comes down to a last lap shootout, it's very exciting for the drivers in those cars, and they both want to win. They want to get in
Wobbly has
front of that
closed back
chap.
the gap.
Sorry, Sam?
Wobbly just closed back the gap on Jimmy and Sam. Well, he's not on them, but
No, he's close though. I think he's going for the fastest lap of the race, because
Yeah,
that's
he's
usually
trying
what
to-
he does.
oh, back from 9th position.
Yeah, he's
And
sort of
once again-
39. What? 39. He's still got it. Some still got it. The 329. Can
Yeah.
we see an advance on 329?
So Jason Landry takes the checkered flag and does himself a good bit of weaving.
39.290
Yeah.
on the last lap, Mr. Landry.
Yeah, it was. He's got
These
a
two have
full
been side
bag.
by side for half the lap.
I know.
I was just watching the time in Torrid saying,
0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Oh, look at this!
I think that's over and done.
I think it is now. That was excellent racing though, boys. Great to have
Bravo.
those Lurchus boys in this league. Whee!
Incident point still
Yeah.
counts when you cross the line.
It does.
Yay!
Until the last car's over, you still get penalised. And look at this, Mark Draper on Arnaud Chenonnier, right to the very, very last second.
It's got the run, but it's not very enough.
Oh,
Fantastic racing.
oh, that's amazing. This league is just phenomenal.
Oh, Tom didn't finish.
No, he didn't. No, he was out earlier. Now, we need to go and find out how that happened. I can't find Jesus' one. It's not an incident at all. I've got him entering pit lane about 16 times. Where was the last record for Tom? As Chris Needham crosses the line finally. Oh, wow, it's quite a way back in the race. Ah, here we go.
Well, he's still on the way.
So this is whatever happened to Tom Minor, I think this is it. It's not that far into the race, to be honest. Only 6 minutes in. He sails it round turn 3. Rejoins.
We catch that on the screen.
Yeah, we did. Unless something happened
was-
just behind when we left them. Here, maybe. No, that's all nice racing. Close, door to door, like it.
I think you went too far back.
I don't know. That's the only entry I've got for him.
Well, that wasn't it. That didn't put the lad out. It didn't. It's a shame because he was driving very well, wasn't he?
Yeah. I
He was
honestly
giving us
can't
plenty to admire in the first race. He was.
find anything else at the minute. Ah. Well, he was still in it with half an hour gone.
Oh, bit of paint swapped there.
Yeah.
Hello.
That
Oh,
was a
tight.
pass.
Oh.
That was one hell of a pass. I'm wondering whether it was that. No, it's not.
No, it's right in the thick of it, but there's nothing unseemly about any of this.
No, I can't find anything else. But then SDK has let me down at points in the past.
Well, you
I
probably
think
can
it's
tell us what he scored.
it's actually worked for you at points in the past,
Yeah, I know.
as
Right.
opposed to the other way around. It's only occasionally worked for you.
Exactly, yeah. So, let's choose the right race for a start. There we go. So, Jason Landry takes all the points away for the final race of this season 14 for the BSTV TCR Challenge Cup in round 24 for Impulse Racing. Miguel Freitas, his teammate, as we've seen so many times in the last 2 seasons, comes home second to lock out the front 2 positions for Impulse. Sam Blease finished 3rd. He will be crowned our series champion very shortly for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, I have no doubt. Jamie Jeffrey finished 4th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing, and yet another fantastic performance. Wobbly, having a bit of trouble with his car control tonight, finished 5th for BSTV Esports Pink. Carl Hardy, great result there for him, in 6th for Safeguard. His teammate Roger Morton finished in 7th, right behind him. Tony Walker finished 8th. Ike Aleku finished 9th. David Corpus finished 10th for Lurch's Academy. Jamie Wilson was 11th for Team Chimera, with JB Dejoux hot on his heels, just 2 seconds behind him for BSTV Esports Blue. Alejandro Silva Corrida finished in 13th for Lurch's Sim Racing. PVG finished 14th, having a quiet race overall. Arnaud Chenonnier finished 15th for Air Smart Racing 2, with Mark Draper right behind him, like literally pushing him over the line basically, in 16th. 17th Chris Needham for Air Smart Racing. Jason Haddington 18th for Air Smart Racing 2. Andrew Littler finished ahead of his teammate Fiona Siddons for Spyro by result in 19th. I need to press something here. Is it that one? Can't remember. Yes. And then the ones that didn't quite finish: Jesus Amandere for Lurch's Sim Racing and Thomas Minert finished 21st and 22nd respectively. So, Sam, your opinion on the racing that you've just seen, for your first race kind of back in the booth with us for a temporary time.
It was rubbish. I've never seen such an awful race in my life. I'm bored. And you convert that all the way around, and no, it was great. It's good to see all the respect the new guys have for the whole thing, the whole league. It's great that carried on from the previous seasons. Racing was great. I had fun. That's good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no worries. And Alan, the last race, season 14.
Oh, is that the last race again? Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, no, it comes through thick and fast, doesn't it? Your opinion on tonight's racing?
Well, I enjoyed it. I imagine the drivers enjoyed it. I don't know how you could not enjoy that, to be honest. They've been going like the clappers. The intense competition through the entire length of the field. There wasn't anybody who wasn't nose to tail and scrapping. And I think that was probably just as busy a race as we've seen all season, to be honest, Pete.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think there was some brilliant results there. Ike Aleku finishing 9th. That is probably one of his best performance so far, I think. He finished ahead of his teammate, which is all he's bothered about, I think. We have to look at the very front of the field here for this second race and see Impulse Racing locking out the top 2 positions as they've done all season.
Didn't do that last week. The other way around, no.
It was the other way around. Miguel took the honours, but Sam Blease, I think he's going to get crowned in a minute as the series champion. It would have taken a small disaster for him not to. So fantastic having him back as the champion again. I'm sure Miguel will fight him for every race and every point next season. And Jamie Jeffrey, what a season he's had. Absolutely fantastic. It feels like a race-winning season for him, if that makes sense. He's done that well. I can only, doff my hat to him because that's a remarkable performance throughout the season. Hopefully he's joined us in the chat because he's got a few awards to take home. Sam, are you going to continue to stay with us, or are you going to disappear off now and get yourself some well-earned rest after a busy week?
I'm gonna stay with you for the interviews. I'm gonna listen to the guys talking.
Cool.
As they always do. Are they still 1 hour long like it used to be?
Oh, at least. And
okay.
Sam Blease being the one that took the crown from Tyler for the longest interview ever.
Oh, no way.
Is going to be the first man in the booth, because we have to award this boy the champion of season 14 trophy. It's not a physical one like it will be for next season, but welcome to the booth, Sam Blease.
Thank you. Hello.
Yay!
Hello. So, let me have a little quick. Oh, a round of applause there from Sam Boo's in. That's nice. I'm just gonna sort this out so that we can watch in good technical fashion. Let me select you on the timing tower.
All those cars on that road. Beautiful
Absolutely.
sight. Look at that. Oh, goodness me.
Absolutely stunning to see a field this healthy at the minute. Right, where did you finish in the first race? You finished
E2.
second, yes. So a second and a third out of tonight. That has cemented and consolidated the lead that you had originally. And unless you tell me now that you had around about 300 points worth of incidents, we have a new champion, a returning champion, as in you've already won it before. Sambly's championship winner of TCR Challenge Cup.
Thank you very much. Yeah, not quite 300 incidents, although I was well on my way.
Were you really?
It's probably 28 or 25 between the two races, but yeah, it's a tough track for them, but it was good fun. And yeah,
we saw you with a slowdown. Well, definitely one. I think it was anyway. You peeled off and stayed to the right on the start-finish straight. That last two turns sequence was a bit vicious for a lot of drivers tonight. It's quite a punishing track, this, for off tracks, isn't it?
it is. It's rough, yeah, because wherever they put the limit, you just push it. Everybody, the sort of track, Spa's the same. They move the limits. They're good. Oh, it's much better, and then 2 races later, it's like, oh, I'm getting the same number of off tracks because I'm just driving to a different limit. It's the design of the track just naturally makes you want to push the limit in like loads of places. And my God, the track temp, like it was super cold, like 18 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
My car was awful for 3 laps. Like, it was lap 1 was okay, then it was just really, really, really twitchy and horrible for the next 3 or 4 laps, and then it came in, and then it was fine. And that's what caught me out, got me to slow down in the first race. But I was already all over the place with Wobbly and Miguel behind. So yeah, it was a tough race to finish on, but it was good fun. It was really good battling with the guys, and it was nice that like the 4 of us are up there, and 5 of us even. Sorry, with Jamie, and that have been battling out for the championship. So it's nice to have us all on the track at the end. And I must give Jason the honorary moral victory because he finished less than 200 points back, having taken a 200-point penalty. I think we haven't done the numbers, but he was I think he was 15 or 20 points ahead coming in, and I think he's probably outscored me by 5 or 10 tonight. So yeah,
okay.
I'll nod to him as moral victor because without that penalty, it'd have been right there. It'd have been close, and
it's very honourable of you, Sam.
It
I'm
is.
sure Jason appreciates it.
He's done brilliantly, and it's been great racing him all season.
Yes.
So it's only fair to acknowledge that, and it's been good fun with him on the track, and Miguel obviously, and Wobbly as well, and yeah, looking forward to next season.
Yeah, and all indications say that those guys will be back next season as well. How annoyed are you that you let Wobbly win the first of tonight's races?
Yeah, I felt more so in the first race. I had a little bit of pace. When I got the car in, it was quick, and I was maybe a 10th or 2 quicker. I managed to get back past Miguel at the end of the first race, we were side by side for 3/4 of a lap, but that was great. So yeah, I think I did have a 10th or 2 on him at the end of the first race, but it's really difficult to make a pass around it. Now the draft is like sensible, realistic, and not crazy.
Yeah.
You've got to really set stuff up. and yeah, unless you're with somebody who you can break a lot later than, which isn't true of any of the guys, the top 5 that were racing today, you've got to force a mistake, or you've got to be willing to make a 3, 4, 5 corner pass, because that's the only way you could get anything done. So by the time I'd had that battle with Miguel, there was no catching Wobbly. He was gone. But yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. It was really good fun. And then second race, I didn't quite get the strategy right. I lost. It would have been side by side, but I lost a couple of I lost about a second and a half for 2 laps in a row trying to pass. I think it was Alejandro and Jesus.
Yeah, and Carl Hardy popped out as well, didn't he, in front of you?
Yeah. So like there was a time. We were just chatting to Jason. There was a time when I was on course to catch him up, sort of effectively by the time he pitted. But then, yeah, I just didn't execute it well enough. I wasn't clean enough making those passes. It cost a bit more time. I didn't get the pit stop particularly brilliantly. I was a bit early on the limiter and things like that. So that like 2 or 3 second gap that they had. Well, I think it was Miguel had 4 seconds when he came out, and then I closed him up a bit when he had some traffic and stuff. But I'd have been much closer without those mistakes. I don't know if I'd have done it. It was really close on pace, and it was just a good fun race. So yeah, thanks everyone for being involved for the whole season. I really, really enjoyed it, and look forward to more of the same.
Yeah, so season 15 is not that far away, just 2 weeks. We've got some bits and pieces to discuss over the weekend, as we were talking about on the chat before. On Discord, that is. It does sound like those protagonists are going to join us again. There will be some, I say silverware in the loosest possible terms. I mean,
Crystalware.
It's not even crystal, but if you squint, it could be. But yeah, there's some things to race for. If you take my term, next season, I'm getting lovely gold stickers for the certificates for the different things that you can win. Made up at my own personal cost, but it's more than worth it, in my opinion, to gain what we've had for the last, I'd say, 3 races of this season. A very healthy grid, some very competitive racing, and you've championed a lot of them this season. We'll talk to the Phantom winner, Jason, in a minute. Hopefully he's in the chat. He is. Yeah. I don't know what I've just done with my screens, but there we go. Yeah, he is in there. And I think season 15 is going to be a hotly contested affair. But if it's anything like the last 2 race weeks we've had here, it's going to be a spectacle which nobody's going to want to miss. Hopefully you can be up at the pointy end and see if you can defend your title.
Fingers crossed, yeah. It's going to be a stacked grid next season. I mean, we've got Stephen and Spencer coming back as well, I think. So, yeah, potentially, we could be talking 8-10 people right up there, depending on the track, depending on the car choices and stuff. So, there's a lot to play for, and then an AM Championship as well going on.
I know.
On the track.
I was going to get there, but you got there first.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So a pro and am division in the league, as well as an overall championship to run for, makes for interesting running for everybody. To be honest, it's going to be a proper tasty little affair. I don't know. We're going to have to see how we divide the teams up. We've had a little discussion on it already, and launch it, see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting time. Spencer, in my head, is still the fastest racer never to win this series. I know he doesn't race every race, and that works against him every time. But if he could stay in it for a full season, I don't know what he'd do. I don't know whether he'd demolish everybody or not. He is definitely one of the fastest racers I've ever seen in one of these TCRs. So it's going to be a fantastic prospect to see him in many more races with this lot. Because this is crazy at the minute. Very entertaining stuff. Any shout outs you want to make before you take your make believe trophy in this series, real one next time, and go and celebrate with some simulated champagne, some simulated brolly dollies, or whatever they're called in racing, and prepare for season 15.
Well, as always, I want to thank. Big thank you to Pete and Alan for putting on such a brilliant broadcast and hosting everything for us. Everyone who's come out racing. We started the season with a relatively small grid. We still had some cracking racing, and now we're back up to good numbers, mid-20s. It's been better yet. So hopefully we can push it just a bit further. We're talking, I think, 26, 27, 28 sign-ups already. So 2. A pro and am class, 13, 14, 15 cars each, which is looking great. So yeah, anyone listening to this who wants to give it a go, come and do it. It's really good fun. and you'll find a place on the grid and be very welcome.
And very well said. It's been a fantastic season watching you race. It's been drama all the way through, and we've loved watching your strategies, especially those occasional races where you no-stopped it. It didn't quite work out for you for race wins, but it certainly gave us something to guess about each time. Will he, won't he, can he, can't he? Always a challenging prospect. And we look forward to it next time. Our season 14 champion, Sam Blees, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Sam.
Cheers.
Round of applause from Sam Booze in there. That was class.
Yeah.
And perfectly timed, by the way. So I know you muted, but perfectly timed. Well done. Right, next, into the booth. We will bring race 2 winner, Jason Landry. In the first race, he finished in 4th. I'm going to select him so that you can see him on the stream. Just juggling all of my tasks. And Phantom Series champion, because if he hadn't given up his 200 points to swap to the Elantra, he would have certainly been ahead of Sam Blees. Or maybe not, because the... did you start in the Civic? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Jason Landry. There we go. Let's talk about the racing tonight first. Race 1 was a hard-fought affair, mostly with Jamie Jeffrey and your teammate Miguel Freitas. It was a bit of a cut and thrust, not strategy at all, but ability race, I suppose, and it was a hotly contested affair.
Yeah, honestly, the start, I think it was Carl and Jamie were quite aggressive. So I kind of got pushed off the track, and I think I got a 1x on that. So my strategy for this night was 0x in both races because I wanted to win the safest driver award.
Did you manage it at Red Bull Ring? The 1x magnet of the world?
I got 2 in the first race and 3 in the second.
Oh, wow, that is good.
Yeah, so I was doing pretty good. And the first race, honestly, I was happy just staying behind the top 3. I was hoping they'd fight a little bit more. But I was trying to push Miguel near the end to try to get past Sam, but it didn't quite work.
No, but it was a fantastic race to watch. You're right. The start of the race was a bit of a brawl in lots of areas of the race. Turn 1 it's pretty much lethal at this track in any series, isn't it? It's so sharp after such a long run from the start line, or wherever you start. And everybody concertinas up, squeezes into the tiniest little window, and tries to, well, it's just close your eyes and hope for the best sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Carl tried to do a massive send into turn 4.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not going to make it.
No, and he didn't. He was in a different postcode by the time he ended that turn. That was funny. But it was a good attempt. You know, you've got to try these things. Cold tires on a cold track. Did the cold track catch you out at all, or were you happy to get a cold track after whichever track it was where we had 59 degrees worth of track temperature? Interlagos, yeah, that was ridiculous. How did this fare up for you?
It was pretty good. Honestly, like I said, the first race, my whole goal was 0x and just... Yeah. I was happy to stay behind those guys because I knew I'm not in the fight for the championship with the 200-point penalty. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, let's just get a better grid slot for the race 2 and then have fun in that race. And yeah, it was fun. Even then, I still had good pace to keep up with those guys. Yeah. And then in race 2, I just let everything on the line.
Right, yeah. And race 2, wow. I don't even know where to start. You were very calm and calculated at the start of the race, trying to make your way through. There was a few cars, gave you quite a bit of trouble. Jamie Jeffrey just would not leave you alone. He is, he needs to be surgically removed from the rear of your car. I think he's even on the stream at the minute, chasing you up the hill as Sam Blees goes sideways and wide at turn 1. But what a fantastic race! And you did your own teammate over as well. He's finished behind you there. A good way to finish. It would have been nice, I guess, to take away the championship, but not to be this season. You are going to be joining us next season, yeah?
No, unfortunately
No?
not. I'm going to be working on my restoration project. That'll be the goal.
Oh, okay. Is this the one where the one that you posted pictures of?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Land
okay.
Cruiser.
Yeah, no, fair enough. You've got to do what your heart needs to. I wonder if Miguel's going to find himself one of your Impulse teammates to race alongside. There's plenty of you, so maybe he can fetch one out there. It'll be a massive shame for you to not be there. If you can join us, then you're more than welcome to join occasional races if you find the time. If not, then I hope and pray to see you in this league at some point in the future beyond that. What are your long-term plans regarding this league, or do you not have any yet?
I'd like to keep going because honestly, it fits nicely in my schedule. I usually have Wednesdays off, so it works out.
Mhm.
I'll probably join for the 2 free races next season at some point.
Yep.
But beyond that, yeah, I'll probably try to do a full season once I've got, especially wintertime, because there's not much else to do.
Mhm.
So either next winter or maybe in the spring, I'll probably join. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we've got real trophies, at least for the next 2 seasons, because I bought them. And if you put them in the freezer, you would be forgiven for thinking that they were made of crystal and marble. But
Plastic and
an epoxy resin, yeah. But we'll skip straight over that, Alan. Nobody needs to know any of that. We'll cut that out of the broadcast. Don't worry, it's not a live broadcast. Don't worry. But yeah, it's been a tremendous privilege and honour to watch you race this season. Absolutely stunning pace, and you were just one car change short of taking away the championship. And I look forward to the next time that I see you racing in this league. A couple of races next season I will treasure, and anything beyond that is just pure luck for me. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go, Jason?
Oh, my team as usual. My dad.
Oh yeah, got to say big shout out to your dad for watching
Yeah.
each race. Good lad.
For Jamie Jeffries for hitting me, I think like 75 times in the rear bumper tonight.
Oh, dear.
There's definitely a bit of his paint on the rear bumper, that's for sure. And you guys for putting on a great show. It's always fun to watch.
Cool, good stuff. And like I say, I'll wait with bated breath and high hopes for the next time that you race with us. Jason Landry, everybody.
yes, thank you very much, Jason. It's been a real
Thank you very much.
treat of a season, and I look forward to you returning.
Thanks, guys.
Right then, less people in the chat room than I expected there to be, if I'm being honest. But
They know that my whiskey glass is empty.
well, you better go and fill the whiskey glass, Alan. I mean, that's an unforgivable sin,
Oh, no, I don't.
especially since you're
I'll
getting
have to
another
move.
bottle in the
I'm
morning.
very comfortable, Pete. Thank
All
you.
right, okay.
I've got here with me a nice blanket, and
Ah.
it's very comfortable.
Oh, good. That's nice. I've got a nice bottle of we'll call it grape juice. Whilst I'm busy making euphemisms about what the season 15 trophy is made of. As we welcome into the booth, Jamie Wilson.
Hello.
Hello. Right, let's find you on the track. Blah, 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 blah. I'm having to scroll down further than I expected to. It was a bit of a rough night in race 2. What did you do in race 1? Race 1 was a much better one, 9th. So a top 10 finish in race 1. We're seeing you drifting sideways. That was nice. Not very
Look
fast.
at that.
It's
Look
a
at
pretty
that.
long drift. That's a good one. That.
Yeah, a
Ooh.
bit of that.
I'm holding up a card with a 9 on it. I don't know what the overall scale is.
Got it upside down, Pete.
That was a heck of a save, Jamie.
That was very quick as well for someone who's just raced an hour's worth of Red Bull Ring. Hopefully that was an entertaining night's racing for you, because we saw you, doing some very close door-to-door stuff with a lot of people. JB particularly in race 2, and in the first race, Ica, I think it was, that you were alongside in a roundabout. Tell us about your night's racing.
Yeah, very eventful, certainly.
particularly race 1. Very much in the thick of it. It was Tom Minot I was sort of battling with for the majority of it.
Yes, that's right. He had an unfortunate race in race 2. We don't know why.
Yeah, well, I know why, and as does my left front suspension. But,
right, okay.
more on that later.
In dispatches.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, race 1 was just a typical, just mad race as they always are. You know, a bit like one of the races we had in the Clios around here. It's just all going on. Yeah, good stuff. Ended up what did you say, 9th?
9th.
I didn't qualify. Yeah, I didn't qualify too well, so that was a bit of a result. Getting towards the point at the end for the grid on race 2. And then race 2 unravelled a bit. I bogged down a bit on the start for some reason. It's a bit unusual. Someone with an Audi had the start of the century.
He really did, yeah.
I forget who it was.
It was Iker. He was just
away. Iker, was it? Yeah. He was just like straight down my left hand side. Bloody hell. That's going to go wrong. And then 2 seconds later it did. No, I think it was a bit of netcode between. I looked at it afterwards. A bit of netcode between Carl and Tom, and that. Tom just got shunted around into my left front, and at that point the car was, let's say, scuffed generously.
I was about to say, but that was lap 1.
It was lap 1, yeah.
Yeah, because Mark Draper got spat out of the side into the wall.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I just saw a cloud behind me. I didn't know who it was. But yeah. Yeah, at that point it was interesting because it wasn't so much getting freight trained as, you know, those road trains they have in Australia.
Yeah, the ones that are
like really
20
long.
miles long.
Yeah, and I just didn't have any pace in a straight line, and the steering wheel was pissed. So I pitted a lap early, and then that forced me to fuel save ever so slightly, while I had JB behind me, making it difficult for me to fuel save. So.
Yeah, no, that was it was a fantastic, fascinating race 2. Really were in the thick of it for the majority of that. In the season, you've done all right in the end. I'd have expected to see you further up in the overall standings as in previous seasons, but I don't know whether the caliber of super fast driver ahead of you has increased this time with the 2 impulse guys plus Wobbly. Plus Sam, you know, there's a lot of guys up there with some serious ability and skill, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. And I've been kind of bouncing around different areas of the midfield. You know, I was battling Jamie Jeffrey a lot at one point in the season. And then at other points, you know, like last week, Barcelona, I had a crap race too. Where I just completely buggered up the start. So, I successfully put fuel in the car this time.
That's a big tick. Big tick.
Progress. Yeah, exactly.
Not so easy here. You know, we were saying it's a tough pit lane entry, and we expected you to get. We all think you're going to get it right on the pits, Jamie. You know, we're big admirers of your pit stop ability.
I was coming up on the pit lane entry, and just at that moment, I happened to be racing Pete Van Gool side by side on the wrong side for the pit entry, and I was like, oh, why now? How on earth is this going to work? And I managed to do it just about.
Awesome. We didn't see that on the broadcast, but then I miss all the important things. So yeah, a 9th and an 11th, and a really great season's worth of performance. It shows in your results. Let's look towards season 15. This particular season has shown itself to start with very low numbers but highly competitive racing, and finished with high numbers and highly competitive racing. The sign-ups for season 15 are already quite healthy, and we've got trophies, we've got certificates, we've got other things to tempt the unassuming into joining our league. As your front bumper just peels off under your car and goes into the tarmac. That's brilliant graphics. That's just stunning. On the slow motion replay there, I didn't see your car in that state in the race, to be fair, but never mind.
Funny enough, nor did I from my position.
But season 15 is lining up to be quite a prospect.
Yeah, definitely. The calendar looks half decent, although it does have Watkins on it. Maybe Sam can do something about that.
yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see. It's actually a difficult choice for him, Champion's Choice for this one. In all seriousness,
I'm sure he'll
'cause
do
there
something damaging.
there isn't
like he did
Nürburgring on
last
there, I
time.
don't think. Yeah,
No,
he's gonna do like, I mean, he's
Go
the
to
ultimate
West.
one.
Yeah.
The ultimate one was still
Oran Park.
Monza Oval combined.
Yeah, that's an epic race.
Especially because he was in the Audi that couldn't get to top speed because of the rev limit. That was the funniest. But no, there's some interesting ones that that Sam could interject in there, like Talladega or something. Knowing his logic. But no, otherwise, Canada looks really good. We got the Pro and Am thing going, so that gives a whole other spin on the midfield for those that are in that category. So it's definitely a positive move. And with this sort of level of sign up, there's enough to sustain that as well.
And
the reason it hasn't happened before. So
yeah, and you've actually seen the season 15 trophy, haven't you?
I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In its glorious tin foil and cling film and super glue.
Yes.
And paper mache.
That's never been said. I was saying that the winner can place it in their freezer every day, and close their eyes when they take it out of the freezer, and they would think that it was cut glass, crystal, and marble.
And the imagination,
Serious amount of imagination, yeah. At least 200% imagination required. But no, great racing tonight. Great racing all season. Always, it's amazing to have you as part of the league, and in the background doing all the things that you do for the leagues, plural. That is obviously. Do you reckon, with V8s expiring reasonably soon, that Simon might come back to this one, or is he very much a rear-wheel drive must-win V8s?
Yeah, the latter, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's done his time in TCR. I think. We had a particularly crap race in the Honda back in the day at Okayama, and I think that's just soured his relationship with TCR overall. Because my God, that car was crap around there.
It was, yeah.
I
remember the race. Is it a bit like Sprouts when you're a kid? They just put you off forever.
It's just why just it's an offence to put it on the plate, It's, Simon's of that view, I think. And, that's fair enough. And he's found his home, he's found his mojo in the V8. So
he really has, hasn't he? And Saturday sees us at the V8s again. Are you racing this Saturday?
I am indeed.
Excellent.
If my skeleton will survive it.
Yeah.
That is a hard track.
Yes, it's going to be a tasty old race, and people are not going to want to miss that as we watch your car enter pit road for some panels, I think. Maybe a steering rod here and there or something like that. But yeah.
Bag of sweets, cup of coffee.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it'd be great. But yeah, fantastic season. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and practice for season 15?
I just want to shout out to all the new guys again, because as we've now got twice as much evidence of, they're ingratiating themselves perfectly into the league. They're not being over aggressive, they're not being under aggressive either. They seem to fit in, and I just want to shout particularly out to Tom Minot, because we did a lap or two completely side by side around this track, and ultimately with him defending the position on that occasion, which is not easy to do because it's me. So not to pick myself up too much, but I put him under a lot of pressure and he was just absorbed it like it was nothing. So fair enough to.
No, absolutely, he is a great addition to this league. Shame he didn't manage to finish the second of tonight's races, but we will see him back, I hope, next season, as I will hope the same for you. And we will see you on Saturday anyway. So that should be good. I think I'm in the booth with Wobbly, so that's going to be a tasty one. Hopefully I won't have to restart the broadcast for any unusual Wobbly reason, but you never know.
See if you can dig out a set of alternative Chicago facts to contest his ones.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. That's a good idea. I can maybe top trump him on Chicago ridiculous facts. Right, that's a challenge for me. We will catch up over the weekend, no doubt, with Sam and talk about Pro and Am. And I will thank you for such an entertaining season for season 14, and look forward to season 15 with you. Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Well done, Jamie.
Okay, and now, oh crikey, don't know what buttons I'm pressing anymore. In her usual slot for the evening is Fiona Siddons. Good evening.
Good evening.
Right.
Evening, Pete.
Good evening, Alan.
So, Fee, you'll take this the right way, I'm pretty sure. So, race 1. I am used to seeing you roll in the last 2 or 3 positions in the field, but you were 15th in a field of 23 tonight. So, what have you been eating, and can I have some?
I had my Weetabix.
Weetabix, you ate the whole box.
Tell you what, in all honesty, I was absolutely surprised because all through practice, I couldn't better a 45.
Well, you demolished a 45, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got you down.
Got down to a 43, I think.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, well, talk us through it. I mean, race 1 was possibly, I think, your best performance of the season. Not in terms of finishing position, obviously, because there's a lot more cars here. But 15th in a field of 23 versus a 9th in a field of 10 is a landslide difference. I take it you've done a load of laps here at Red Bull Ring.
Not as many as you would think, really. I've done.
Then you're going to have to explain it.
I said to Sam when I was in the interview waiting room, I think that's the best race I've done since I joined this league.
I'd agree with that. Now I just need you to tell me why.
I don't know. Like I said, all through practice, I couldn't keep the car off the 1Xs. I couldn't get a decent lap time, and then in qualifying, I did an half decent lap, and it just clicked from there.
Well, it clicked, and it absolutely nailed itself. So, what a fantastic result that was in race 1 tonight for round 23. I mean, you're in the Spyro team this season. Are you in the work guard team next season?
Yeah, me and Andy's swapping to work guard, so it matches what we race in MX5.
Right. Well, that'll be a good transition for the pair of you. He bested you in the second race tonight, but you you were 2 positions ahead of Andrew in the first race. But what a great performance from you and from Andrew, to be fair. Do you put it down to just familiarity with the track, or is it just the way that the cards fell for you tonight?
I think it's just the way the car fell. I changed the setup before quali, so that probably helped a little bit as well.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. And season 15 is on the cards now, with trophies and all sorts of stuff. It's getting very exciting. And a pro and an AM class for next season. I'm guessing it's going to be up the practice hours so that you can get in there for your claim on the AM trophy. How are you set for next season?
I'm definitely set to get into every week. Not sure how much practice I'll get with looking after my mum still, but
Yeah.
I'll do what I can. We're having the AM Championship, that little target on the horizon to aim for, it just gives you that bit more motivation as well.
No, that's well said. So that justifies the move to do that. Yeah, real life sometimes does have to take priority, and mothers are a very sacred thing. So I have to applaud your prioritisation. Not everybody would do that. Alan, Fee's done a fantastic job in this particular race week, and we were saying at the start of the season how much safer, more controlled, higher performance, higher speeds, lap time, and a 1:43 in this race. It's been a landslide improvement for Fiona Siddons this season.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to see people who enjoy the racing. And, Fiona turns up and finishes races. and scores points because of turning up and finishing races. You know, determination and guts. Just, you know, toughing it out when it's a bad day. Just, you know, never quitting, never letting your head drop. It's such an example to people because, you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard and
Not
demands
easy.
a lot to keep going. And yeah, and it's great. I was delighted to see Fiona in the thick of it, having a really good racing tonight. It was lovely to see her in the cars. And of course, you know, she's in my squad. We raced, you know, in the MX5. She's Work God is my baby, and I'm very proud to have her, Andrew, in my squad. And we're a good squad together. We are. And I'm delighted to see her doing so well and so happy in the league.
No, well said.
I have to say though, race 2 was a polar opposite to race 1.
How's that then?
I got a jump on the start.
Right.
I served my drive-through, and I didn't realise when you do that, it resets the tyres. So when I pitted for fuel at the fuel stop, it changed the front tyres before I'd gone properly.
Yes, it will do. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you've triggered the pit lane entry. Right. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. So you lost a bit more time in the pits then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
I think I could have just about hung on to the lead lap without that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've done so many times this season. So it's
Yeah.
another lesson in racing, isn't it? So
It is, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't because of pace fee, because you had the pace tonight. Your pace was excellent. You know, there was one stage I looked at the board and the timing screen, and there was a second. I think it was like, what was it? And there was 2 seconds. It was a 40 and a 42, and that was the whole length of the board. It
Yeah.
was. There was nothing in between anything, you know, and the gaps in the field. It never really spread out, you know. It was like everybody was almost in sight all the time. It kept tight all night.
Yeah.
I think it's just the nature of the track as well, partly. But yeah, you know, everybody hung on really well.
It's definitely been a good week for me, anyways.
Well, as long as you're still having fun, enjoying the racing, then keep turning up because I think season 15 is going to be a wonderful prospect, and you'll have.
Oh, yeah, the amateur thing's a whole new dimension, you know. People are looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like I say, that is just gives you that little bit more motivation. Like I said earlier, it's going to be great for people around my speed and a little bit quicker to have a title to fight for.
Absolutely, that's the all the prospect of it, and more. So, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go and start your practice for season 15? There's all sorts of certificates you can win. I think you still finished in the top 10 this season, which, given the fact that there's now like 27, I think there's actually about 33 cars signed up to this season. So to be top 10 is quite a result, to be fair. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate that fact, if none of the others?
Yeah, you guys, as always, for putting the great stream on. Everybody who works in the background so the league can run smoothly. And a special shout out to all the new guys and to Carl and Roger. They were saying during the race, it's the first time they've both led a lap in the same race.
I hadn't realised that at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant.
Yes, very exciting.
Very exciting indeed. And we look forward to seeing you in a fortnight's time racing for season 15 glory. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night, Pete.
Always great speaking to Fia at the end of our broadcasts.
Yes.
Yes,
she rounds it off very nicely.
She does, yeah. It's going to be a feature that I hope stays with us for a very long time. But for now, we need to applaud Sam Bleeze's. I don't know how many championships this is. I'm embarrassed to say I don't know. It may be 3 or 4 or 20. I don't know. We're in season 14, so
Well,
there's a
we've
limit.
been going a long time, so
Yeah,
and he's had his hat in the ring quite a number of times.
he has, and with
So delighted to hear the news about Stephen.
yes, very
And,
good.
and with Spencer as well. It's going to be really. I don't know how they're going to sort the teams out.
No,
Because, we want strong teams because this is hopefully going to be a very exciting season.
yeah, and if Jason has real life focuses that he wants to invest his time into, which I wouldn't blame him if I had a project like that, I'd be doing that too. Then maybe Mick can find another impulse driver to bring with him.
Yeah.
Jason enjoys it, Miguel enjoys it.
Yeah, it would be great because the impulse drivers have universally been fantastic, haven't they?
Oh yeah,
Just,
that's absolutely
great.
stunning. I can't. I run out of superlatives for those drivers.
Yeah,
and for Sam, they are
yeah.
just
No,
stunning.
Sam's been great as well, and I'm thrilled for him to actually win this because
Mm.
I wouldn't have said that he was a hot favourite at the start of the season.
No, I wouldn't either. Especially since Miguel Freitas absolutely destroyed everybody in season 30.
Season, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, Jason did change his car at a vital moment, and
he did, and there's an argument there to say that he would have struggled in the Civic on other tracks and therefore wouldn't have been in a championship winning position if he'd stayed in the Civic. But the point of this league and the point of racing in general is that you do what you enjoy, and there's nothing worse than driving a frustrating car. So
I'm sure he made the right decision because
yeah,
he's been right in the racing, hasn't he? And had great results, and been able to show us just what a great driver he is.
Yes, and all in wonderful Technicolor, despite my best efforts at destroying broadcasts. But yeah, there's so many great things to say about this league, and where it's going to go in the future. Who knows? We might even attract a sponsor one day. You never know. We've had them in the past. Sam, if you're still with us and listening, your opinion on tonight's racing in terms of a prospect for season 15 and the health of the league and how exciting you found the racing tonight?
Well, as I said, racing was exciting, and I think it bodes well for season 15. I looked at the old trophies as you were talking about them. They look great.
Right.
I would really fancy have one, in my room.
Yeah. You wouldn't need a strong shelf, I'll tell you that. They don't weigh a great deal, but it's more about the achievement. It's the thought. It's the thought that counts. Yeah.
It reflects the mentality of Backfire Simsport TV, I think. So it's a good choice. It's great.
Yeah. I spent minutes researching them. I really did. But yeah, it's a gesture to reward the fantastic racing that goes on in this league. So thank you for your comments there. Always appreciated. And Alan, it's going to be regretful closing season 14 because we started with so few races, but still such nail-biting and edge of the seat racing. And ended up with a massive field and edge of the seat racing.
I know. I really feel like we've been blessed. I think this was an outstanding season of racing. And even when I wasn't commentating, I've been watching for years, and I think it's just been an outstanding crop of racing, and I'm looking forward to next season. Bring it on.
And before we go to next season, of course, we've got to do driver of the meeting for this season.
Yes.
So let's have a talk through who that could be. I'm going to see if Sam will vote. I'll let him sit in the background and think about it for a minute or two.
I had 2 hours to think about it,
No, but that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was just Sam Bleeze's interview. Yeah,
I know who Sam's going to choose.
Right.
You tell me.
Oh, you're going to choose Jamie.
Well, I'm 50-50 between Jamie and Carl. I think
Ah, right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Jamie is already first in the standing, so why vote for him? Where Carl has done a lot of improvement as well, less than Jamie, of course, but I think he probably misses his Stacy. It's been a long while,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be the Stacy for Carl's today and vote for him.
Right, excellent. Right, so Carl Hardy gets a vote. I did say at the beginning that Jamie Jeffrey was at risk here because if there's 3 people turn up, then somebody could overhaul him. But right, so let me.
Oh, well, you see, I gave Cole my vote last week. So
You did.
he's not going to get it 2 weeks running.
No.
The captain, as he is.
But
But mine's not going to be. Mine's a non-load bearing boat.
a non-load bearing vote. I think Jason Landry did so well tonight. That's very impressive race, and Miguel, always impressive. Always just shows everybody how the best way to do everything: overtaking, managing tyres, all that sort of stuff. Sam Blees, I think, consolidated his chances to win the title and has done very well at that. Jamie Jeffrey. Oh, it's such a struggle not to keep giving him points. It's really frustrating because there's plenty of other guys with such quality. Wobbly, that's never going to happen. That's against all of my religions, multiple. Carl Hardy, I can only agree with Sam because that's a good series of finishes. That.
Yeah,
What did he do in the first
driving
race?
out of his skin.
Yeah,
It's
race.
it's certainly his best season. You know, he's never performed as well as this before, and you know, I'm thrilled for my captain.
Yeah, and then you got Iker. I like the way that Iker represented. He finished 8th and 9th.
Yes, Tom was doing great, and if he'd have just had a bit more luck in the second race, he would have been standing with a very good shout of this as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know,
I think I'm going to have to go with the same vote as Sam. I'm going to have to vote for Carl because Carl's finishing position is the ability to stay with that lead group in the first race. There's not many people around that could do that. That was very impressive. So my vote for tonight is going to Carl Hardy.
Well, there you go. And lucky old Carl, and he certainly deserves it because his driving has been outstanding, and like Roger as well, they've both thrilled me with driving as teammates, and not only just teammates, but people who I care about a lot. These are good friends of mine. These people have done amazing things for me. And
And we've never noticed that you're biased towards them ever, honestly.
No, I like. I'm totally balanced.
Yeah,
certainly
impartiality number 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Actually, I think you'll find that I'm very impartial.
So where are you voting then?
Oh, Tony.
Tony Walker.
Yeah, Tony Walker's getting my vote. He's.
Wow.
I wanted to give it to him about 6 times, but he's just been edged by so many great performances, outstanding performances by Carl and Jamie, that I couldn't. But his improvement as a driver has been outstanding, and I really wanted to show him that I recognise what a great driver he's become, what an improved driver, how it's all the work he's put in is that we've noticed.
Oh, absolutely. I think he knows it anyway because we say it so regularly, but it's good to reinforce that with using the tools that are provided to us.
Yes.
And I am a massive tool. So I have administered the points in due course. So that brings us to the close of season 14, and what a season it's been. The summer season is always a struggle. People go on holiday, people have other things to do, they have tans to develop, and all sorts of other stuff which requires outdoor time. Me and Sam Boozin don't know about outdoor time really. We're indoor people, aren't we, Sam?
Yeah,
Look,
Most-
I
yeah.
make you. You think you're indoor people? I
Yeah.
make you look ridiculous in that assertion. I haven't been out since 1942.
Well, that's three of us then. We're all indoor people. But the likes of Jason Landry and others who have projects that require the outside world find the summer months more enticing to be
More
doing those things.
congenial. It's a lot more
Yes.
congenial rolling around on your back underneath the car in the summer than it is in January.
Absolutely right. So,
I've been done both. I'm sure you have as well. But yes,
yeah, we
it's a bit
respect
drafty.
we respect all those things that people have to go and do, and we know that
You do.
they. Well, yeah,
You do.
I do. Sam doesn't respect those things, but anyway, we know that this league is well established. We know that it's got good pedigree, and the drivers are fantastic. The racing is wonderful, and we look forward to season 15. Sam Blease has been yet again a fantastic champion, a great advocate for TCR racing, both in officials and in this league. I have to say, he is very, very healthy. I'm not going to read out what Sam's just put in the chat. What Carl's just put in. Oh, Carl, man. Oh, dear. I don't want to know about that. I really don't.
It's disgusting.
Yes, if you take it a certain way. So you mentioned 1943, and Carl said he was inside his dad in 1943. That's not a pretty picture for my mental imaging. And I'm going to eviscerate that from my mind as best as I can manage. And Sam has top trumped that by proving how much younger than Carl he is, if you take my meaning. We really do look forward to season 15. I will bring this broadcast and this season to a close. Thank Sam Blease for being our champion, individual driver, and overall champion of TCR Challenge Cup season 14. Impulse Racing for dominating that series and topping the charts by many hundreds of points. For Jamie Jeffrey, who's run away with the Safe Driver Award and the Driver of the Meeting Award. You are our hero, and we all look forward to season 15. I will say goodbye. Let Sam say goodbye, then let Alan say his final goodbye for season 14, and we will see you in a fortnight's time, folks, when we will launch season 15. So good night, stay safe, stay away from COVID, have a great Christmas if you're not going to join us beforehand, but I'm sure you will because we're racing again on December 13th. And I'll hand you over to Sam first.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me tonight. Was fun.
What can I say? I've had a great time sitting here enjoying the racing. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I want to thank the drivers for entertaining me so royally and giving us such great interviews. My colleague Pete, who's an absolute darling, and I've seen him come through some very stressful situations and pull it off in a really very slick and professional manner. Full of admiration for the lad, and grateful because he keeps sending me a bottle of scotch at the end of every season, which is a wonder of innovation that I can only applaud. So thank you very much, my friends, and I'll see you come next season. Good night.